And we're back. All right, so we took a week off, which is regular schedule for us now. But we're back here, just as a catch up. You guys are on this island. It's very cold. There is supposedly a dragon here somewhere. You met a guy in the woods here. You killed all of his friends and kept him alive through an attempted suicide. And got information from him that they believe there was a dragon on the island, and more or less gave you a roadmap to where they had looked and not found it, and so narrowed down your search results. You went from the forest. There's a sort of gorge, rocky area between the forest and the mountains, and you guys are at the very tail end now of passing through that gorge. It was full of awful, awful frost trolls and seemingly really well laid out rock slides and pit traps that you guys all sort of think that the trolls were not smart enough to construct. And that's where we stopped last time.
Yes.
And I think all four of you are right up here.
We climbed a wall.
Yes, climbed them rock walls. And as you were getting out, you could see both the northern and the southern peaks that are on sort of the center slash eastern side of this island, and had decided the one that you're going for is the southern peak because the map that you had said that the northern peak had already been checked and that there was no dragon there.
Or that's what they want us to believe.
Right? I mean, I don't know why you guys are trusting them to begin with.
So we're gonna keep on moving then?
Alright. You guys get up out of the gorge. It returns to a forested area. It's not quite so thick as the forest before the gorge. But, you know, it's a tree every 20 or 30 feet, so it's still pretty dense by the standards out here on the islands. You don't see anything as far as tracks. You don't see any camps set up. Is there anything that you can see the mountain peak that you're going for from where you're at? Is there anything specific that you guys are looking for on the way, or are you just going to beeline it as much as possible straight towards that mountain?
I am definitely looking for traps and scouting like above and things like that to see if there are signs of the group that had been sent ahead that the one person that we tortured told us about.
Okay, so you'd be like climbing trees then.
I mean, there are no trees in a mountain, but yes.
No,
I
you
mean,
guys.
unless there are.
No, I said you guys are. You guys have left the gorge now and
I see,
entered
okay.
a new forest that's not quite as dense as the other one, but that's between where you were and where you're going. So.
Then yeah, absolutely, I do. Also, how much time has passed?
Getting out of the gorge up into the forest, probably about 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's just like a 45-degree climb up out of the rocky area. Can I get... So, Sandre and Revan, you guys not looking out for anything in particular, just sort of heading towards the mountain that you think the dragon might be at? Alright. Do you guys... It looks like some of you might have damage. Do you heal up? Looks like Sandre and maybe... well, nobody can heal Zhao Yu. But Sandre and Erwin both look like they have damage on them.
Yeah. Wait.
Zhao Yu isn't here to force you guys to constantly move forward. Given that you are down on mana, do you want to stop before you reach the mountain? Because if the dragon does live there, I mean, you may not have a chance to rest before confronting it.
I would say once we get out of the gorge, then possibly. I mean, you said it takes 20 minutes to get out of the gorge.
Yep.
So I would say that we would rest at least an hour, if that would be beneficial for you, Revan.
Yeah. I healed Rowan after he fell out of the hole. I just didn't put his HP in the right bubbles. Uh, um, yeah, and I can at least get 27 mana back if we wait an hour. Which I have none right now. I have no mana.
Do we need to wait longer then?
Um, it would be preferable to wait longer, but if we need to move, I can work with the 27.
Well, you guys stopped.
No, then
he-
we stop and wait until we'll have to stop and wait until he is able to rest and regain his strength. At the very least, because yeah, we might be fighting a dragon.
Well, you guys, when you stopped at the other camp, you ended up staying there overnight to give the guy time to regain consciousness. So it's about midday, maybe 1 o'clock, when you pull yourselves out of the gorge into the other forest. You would definitely, if you pushed forward, you would definitely make it to the mountain before nightfall. You might still make it to the mountain before nightfall, even if you stop and rest an hour or two. And if it wasn't before nightfall, it would still be very close to it.
We'll rest as long as we have to for Revan to regain his magic.
Okay, how long is that then, Revan?
About 3 hours.
How much mana do you have?
I get 27 an hour, but I've used all of it.
So what's your total?
60 max.
Okay, so you need, like 2.5.
Mhm.
Alright, so you guys...
Wait, if he uses all of it, wouldn't he be unconscious?
It's if I use more than 10 stamina. If don't have 10 stamina left, then I'm unconscious.
Yeah, it's the stamina casting that knocks you unconscious.
Got it.
Well, first it fatigues you, and then it knocks you unconscious. Just like melee attacks.
I mean, either way, it sounds like a bad day.
Mhm.
Unless you win.
Well, it happened to Ming, and she succeeded. For a time.
And if
She
we
won.
wait, didn't the guy say he was gonna try to catch up with us after? So
No, he said that he said that he was going to bury the bodies in the cold, hard, frozen soil, and then follow after you guys, but that job is going to take him at least 6 hours.
that's his fault.
Well, I mean, he just didn't want animals eating them. Because he doesn't believe in the circle of life.
I mean,
Okay, but you guys stop, wait about 2.5 hours. By the time that you are off and going again, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, sometime there. The sun is still up in the sky, but you can tell in a few hours it'll be down to the horizon. Let's see. Can I get perception checks on you guys as you get close to the mountain?
And meanwhile, I'm still looking for signs of the dragon and the team that we're on the lookout for.
I love the opposites that just happened with me and Sandra.
Yeah, that you rolled a 1, and then
And
both
you
of them rolled nat 20s.
And then mine is 12 and his is 21.
Yep. Funny the way that works. Okay, yeah. You guys are approaching. You're most of the way to the mountain. It's not that far away from where you were at. You see, you don't come across a camp of any kind, but you do stumble upon what was very clearly people had been there, whether they stayed there overnight or not. You find a cache of about 3 days' rations for 6 or 7 people. Hard biscuits, some salted meats and whatnot, in a large leather sack, and all except for the very top of it has been buried and packed over with dirt and snow. You only spot it because 2 of you have better than 20, and because you guys got natural 20s. You spot it. You don't see anything in the way of weapons, or, like I said, there's no sign that they'd put like tents down there or anything, but it's definitely a sign that someone has been through here, If one of you wants to make a, what would it be? A holism or wanderer check, whichever is better, to try and determine how long ago this was buried here, you can do so.
Alright.
And technically, anyone can make those checks, even if you don't have a benefit in it. And Jen, you're muted.
I make sure to let Revan know what we see, since he apparently didn't.
I was just like lost or just like glancing off into the air.
I just like nut. I'm like, pay attention.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
No, but hey, Revan, come and take a look.
Alright, 18 on holism.
Okay. Nalera, do you make a check to see, or do you just let them
I
take
don't
care
know.
of it?
I mean, it would be what?
Actually, you know what? It would be wisdom, but do you have a wisdom modifier?
I don't think so.
What's your wisdom?
Excuse me, it's 1.
Okay. Make a d20 check with a +4. I'm giving you a bonus only because your character regularly buries and digs up things. And
That's very true.
and
She
would actually
buries
be
and digs up all her money.
would actually be quite familiar with spotting whether something had been messed with, as far as digging, and how often or how recently the dirt had been disturbed. So, for a very specific reason, you're getting a larger bonus than you normally would. So just get a d20 +4. Okay. Between
it didn't help much.
between the three of you, you figure out it looks like this sack was probably placed here within the last 2 days. That would measure up mostly with what the guy back in the forest had told you, that the group that he was with set off 3 or 4 days prior to you guys arriving. Whether they left this bag here and then went back to, because they went back to his camp at least once and then came back this way, or whether this was on their most recent trip out here. You would say, yeah, it's probably 2, maybe 3 days old, and the food in here, some of it actually would have gotten damaged by exposure because the bag is not completely covered, and the cold is actually getting into, and the air is circulating into the bag through a small hole in it.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Are we supposed to be on a new map?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Do you guys take anything from it? Like I said, there's about 3 days worth of supplies for 6 people, and there are two bottles of mead and 1 of wine, probably just to keep warm.
How heavy is the whole bag?
The whole bag, let's see, without the alcohol, it's probably about 14 pounds. With the alcohol, it's probably about 19 pounds.
I take the whole thing with me.
I
Okay.
can verify that.
Do we need to?
It's not damaged yet, to your from what you can tell. But because of the way it wasn't properly buried, it would have eventually become damaged rather than being a cold box, which is probably what was intended. Okay. And then you guys set off in that direction again. Can I get one more set of perception checks from you as you get close to the mountain? You guys are approaching the base, and the forest is thinning out a bit.
Oh.
Damn.
Let me just go ahead and reclaim myself.
She's like, I got a natural 20, and you're like, what does that look like? Get it? It's a perception joke. I did better than you. Wow. I had...
Way to waste my 20s.
I'm sorry.
I'm super paying attention today. So she is really doing a great job scouting, or at least trying to.
She's trying. All right.
I
You
mean,
guys...
Jayu's not here. She's gotta step up her game.
I mean, Jayu doesn't really do that good when he's here anyway, though.
First scout, my Fanny.
Oh, well, he's not first scout yet, or anymore and yet. Either way, 2 things you notice. Nalera, you and Revan both hear, it sounds kind of like talking, but the closer you get, it sounds like loud, like grunting, guttural sounds. And Revan, you guys are heading in the direction of these noises. a terrible, yet, oddly enough, familiar smell starts wafting in the direction that you guys are walking towards. Is dead bodies. Like, it's rotting bodies.
Rotting.
Yeah.
I start sneaking.
There's some decomposition over there.
Okay, I'm going to sneak forward then. I'm saying this to them. Guys, just wait here. I'm gonna sneak forward and
Okay.
see what I can find out.
All right, you guys reach the edge of a clearing. The bodies that Revan can smell, you can see them all laid out in the clearing, and you've made it here fast enough because of the checks you've made. It's not nightfall yet. It's probably between 5 and 6 o'clock, and there's just enough light out that it's not getting in the way of your vision.
Okay.
And you're at the base
I
of the
am-
mountain.
I am going to go this way. To like kind of here to like sneak around and see what I can discern, for lack of a better term. Do I need to
Sneak checks?
How often do I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
do sneak checks? Yeah.
Just one. Just make one sneak check. Until people are making sneak checks against you, I'm not gonna... Well, until you know that people are making sneak checks against you, I'm not gonna have you roll again. Okay.
Also, do I see any auras going off?
How far do you see with positive, negative energy?
It just says as far as I can see.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'll-
I'm all the way. I'm this close, but I'm not gonna go any closer. Do I need to do another perception check?
Well, you can see the bodies there.
I can see them. Yes.
there
I can
is
also
a-
see
There's
this.
a pile of dead bodies. There's no negative energy coming off them. They've been dead long enough that's worn out, and they're not undead, so they're not giving off that vibe like Zhao Yu does. It's at
How
least...
bad is the smell?
It's pretty bad.
I pull out one of my bandages from my bag and kind of wrap it around my face, almost like a mask.
That's a good idea. You can see... Nalair, can I get a perception check from you up close? If you want to see, it looks like 7 or 8 people, but...
Oh my gosh!
From where you can see, there are people that are overlapped on top of others. There's probably 10 bodies in that pile outside the cave. And yes, you can spot, you're looking at the bodies, counting them. You see a large creature come lumbering out of the cave up to the pile of bodies and just viciously tear a leg off of one of them and begins to chew on it.
I do one of these. I'm just like,
You vomit inside your mask.
I don't. A little, like not enough. Like there was no, like I managed to swallow it.
It's not projectile yet.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, we all know that she has a bit of a weak stomach.
Yep. For a vampire.
Get her some Pepto.
What can I hear? I know I obviously only see the one. Can I hear like anything from over here?
You hear, it sounds like it's just grunts. You don't hear anything in the way of speech that you recognize.
But it's definitely a group.
Yeah, there's definitely more than the one. It is looking out away from the cave.
I want to turn on my glove. See if I can see anything from now.
Because he can still hear them from back there, right?
It's Revan we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because his perception check was so high. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, he can. But they may or may not be speaking an intelligible language. Which, if it's just in the same way that you wouldn't be able to discern a language between animals, they may lack the intelligence required for any sort of formal language, even a basic one. But you can still make the attempt. If you turn your glove on, I need a follow-up perception check to try and, you're actively attempting to listen in.
What's language?
Well, that's bad.
We don't even have real dice to like shame.
Right? You don't have a D20 to put
We
like
don't, I know we don't.
to put it on the 20 side and put it at the edge of the table. Threaten it
Put
with
on
knocking it over.
Pinterest.
Just refresh the page. That's how you do it.
There you go.
Um,
Okay. You're not able to pick anything out specifically. You feel like if you got closer, you might be able to understand, but you're not 100% sure.
All right,
hey,
well,
Derek,
turn-
can I see this? Like, what is that? Just a rock?
It looks like it's just a rock from where you're at.
Oh, it looks like a mound or something.
There might be oil.
That might be oil. Okay, I am going to. I'm gonna sneak back. I'm gonna go back the way.
That does require a new check.
Ah, shit. Hold on. I just I herped when I should have derped.
Oof. That's oh, you closed the window.
I didn't close the window. I just went back because of my touchpad on this computer. I can't stand it. We've had this conversation.
It's true, we have.
Okay. Yeah. So I am just going to attempt to sneak back from whence I came.
All right. He got a much better perception check this time, so I hope that you get a much better sneak check.
I mean, we'll see. Ah, it's not better.
Ooh.
It's not
So
better.
he's got his club in one hand, and he's got the leg of
How far do I make it? at
decomposing
least?
body. You're attempting to like skirt from here to behind this tree to that bush, like to there.
Yeah, like I'm doing. Me in my brain, I'm doing like. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you make it here, and as you're going around the tree, you're like touching the edge of the tree as you pull yourself close to it and attempt to blend in. You end up tearing like a piece of bark just a tiny bit off, and your hand sticks. And when you free it, you just yank about 6 inches of bark off the side and making a cracking sound that everybody in the area hears.
I do one of these like. Ugh.
A giant exclamation point forms above this guy's head, and he turns to look at you.
Oh my gosh! Does he throw down a d20 to roll his initiative?
And he gets a natural
God
20.
damn it!
You shouldn't have said anything.
How dare he? How dare he get a natural 20?
Who just throws dice out in the middle of the field?
No.
Honestly.
Dice, that's ridiculous. He throws the rotted leg at you, and when it rolls towards you, you can see that there's a 20 branded into the calf.
Wait, can't we actually roll on the board?
You can add the like
The
3D.
It lags though. I know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, they may have fixed it now.
I doubt it.
You know what? I want to see.
But you have to wait until the thing actually finishes rolling for it to actually drop.
You wanna watch your
Damn
failure in
trees.
real time.
Like we all.
It's enable 3D dice and then automatically roll 3D dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It seems like today is like the day of extremes. We're only rolling natural ones and natural 20s.
Hey, well, I mean, things are either gonna go really well or really poorly.
I really prefer it
But this
wasn't.
thing is going first.
Oh, I did it! I rolled it. How did that look, guys?
26.
Boring.
It looks too good.
That initiative roll doesn't count. I had already rolled a 16, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch. Today's not a good day.
All right.
A 10 less.
The troll here slams his club against the ground, the cold ground next to the bodies, and shouts, "Revan, do you still have your glove active, or did you turn it off?"
Mm-hmm, I left it on.
You hear food, hunt, as he yells back into the cave.
Fresh meat.
That's not okay.
Nalara, you might want to.
You wanna get out of there.
Whoa,
Oh.
Look at all those dice.
Rolled up
Jesus.
on you.
This guy's a giant.
I like we just rolled up on you.
Yeah. He goes
God.
He goes tearing ass across the outside.
Yeah, he does.
He has a +2.
Tore his ass.
What's the your dodge is probably pretty good, but what's your
Oh,
dodge?
my dodge is absurd.
What is it?
Give me just a second. It is.
Mine is 25, so it better be better than mine.
29.
Okay,
you go.
so you don't get your dex bonus because it's the first round of combat and you're surprised, but I think that's still going to put it over what his attacks are.
My dex is 5, so
Yeah.
it's 24.
Yeah, so his
and-
best was still a 20. So he
Okay.
he runs up, he swings his club at you twice, and then attempts to just like hit you in the head with a headbutt. That's the closest he gets to actually hitting you. The other 2 attacks, you're just doing the best you can to dodge your way around this tree that caused all the noise. And then Revan, you're up. You don't see any other trolls, but clearly it was talking to someone, or it just loves to narrate its own life. It monologues. Hunt, food, eat.
I will wait until Sandre does something.
That's gonna be a while.
Well, yeah, you know
Yeah,
how
but
to.
I have nothing to do, right? I can, because my spells don't have that range.
Teleport me.
Try to do it. Teleport me.
Like, there are like 4 different things I can do, and I want to play my character like true to her, and I was like, oh, I could magic, but she would hate herself if she magicked herself out of this.
It's true. All right. All right. So you're gonna hold your turn then?
Me? Oh, her.
No, Revan. All right, Revan. Then you have held your turn, and Sandra is up.
What is? I wasn't holding.
Oh no, sorry, Nalera's up.
Oh, okay.
Sandra rolled like the natural 1. Sandra not ready for battle.
So I am. Meanwhile, where the hell is Jayu? What the hell is he doing?
Oh, he wasn't paying attention. I'll roll his initiative.
He's like,
I
"Oh,
can't
that's right."
because he doesn't link any of his things to his character.
What an a-hole. Okay. I.
He got a natural 1
Still
anyways.
pretty bad.
Oh my.
Pretty bad.
Can we talk about these
I-
natural ones today?
So I am going to
Wait,
fight
that was the wrong time.
defensively, by the way. And I am going to attempt to move. No, I'm not going to try to move around him. No, I'm just going to.
You're just gonna walk.
Okay, so I have my daggers out. I never did get my sword out again.
Yeah, you would have to attack him. You'd have to move forward 5 feet because he has a 10-foot reach. So you're not in range to hit him, but he could hit you from where you're at.
Well, screw that guy. I wonder if I could jump up into that tree with my limited climbing abilities, yet very high lively score. No, I'm just gonna move 5 feet, take a 5-foot step, and gonna defensively jack him with my daggers. Dual wield. Yes.
All them dice. Wow, 3 and 4. I do like seeing the actual D20 numbers to know.
I do too. It's satisfying.
Alright, the 25 is a hit, and the 27 is a hit, but the other ones both miss. So you managed to stab.
Also acid damage.
That's right, because he ignores some damage otherwise, but your attacks have
Not
acid.
acidy spit.
So, not acidy spit, indeed.
Not acidy spit. I don't know if that phrase is copyrighted or not. But
I don't think it is.
I
Not
don't think
yet.
It is.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Is that our catchphrase now?
No, it's from a stand up, an older stand up, and I was just like, yeah.
Acidy spit.
Anyway,
Alright, so Nalera ducks in underneath its club attacks and stabs it twice. It doesn't seem to mind. Like, it clearly hurt, but it's not stopping anytime soon.
that's fine. I take a defensive stance after that.
You can't take a defensive stance after doing that.
Why not?
You rolled your defensives, so you're already fighting defensively.
10-4. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because you rolled the macro for you took penalties on defensive.
Okay, I'm back here.
Also, I want my dice to be.
Revan, are you acting now
Black.
after Nalera?
Yeah, I just want. I can get Sandre over there. That's what I can do. Yeah.
Solid strategy, mate.
So I'll go over here, grab Sandre, and we're gonna travel 100 feet in this direction.
Who?
Sandre, likey.
All right, so you're
Where-
going
Yeah,
there.
there's a tree there. Don't teleport into the tree. That would be a mistake. That would be a bad.
Are
bad
you
thing.
mana, stamina, or mix?
Mix casting.
Okay. All right, so then you guys move over to that area.
Pew.
Pew pew.
Pew
Like-
pew.
Yeah, let's go for a trip.
Santre
It's like
makes
a
Star
Lego
Wars
movie.
sounds.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
All right, so you move from over there. Do you do any move action after that? Because I think you still have one. That's just a casting act.
Yes, 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 so, I'm gonna just pew over here. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Bye.
See you guys later. Have fun.
Right. Have fun, you crazy kids.
Be back by
No team.
be back by dark. All right, Sandre, you're up. The troll is still alive.
Could I surprise attack him?
You can flank him, but you have to have their feats required to get like a sneak attack and do extra damage.
Okay, so teleporting Ebonite Beast 100 feet doesn't work as a surprise. Gotcha. Do I need to run a full 20 feet charge, or can I just charge him?
No, you just need 10 feet to charge. Oh, and as far as you are surprising him in the sense that he's not getting an attack of opportunity on you. You just don't. Doing extra damage from a sneak attack requires there's 2 feats you can take. One ignores armor, the other adds sneak damage.
Charge!
I want to screen cap over that face.
It's funny to watch the dice hit the other dice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did optimize it. So that's
Wow.
good. It used to lag forever.
That is
Yeah.
still not a great roll for you, but 28 is a hit.
Wow.
39.
I didn't realize how inefficient this crown would be when I decided to wear it.
Inefficient.
But it
I
looks
mean, it just
it
sits
looks
on your head.
fabulous.
I can't scratch my head though because it's plastic.
That is a hindrance. Yes.
Because of the acid damage that was done to it by Nalera, it's not currently regenerating. So Sandre, you come running up and hit it just about a foot short of where its neck connects, where the head connects like to the rest of the spine, and you pop about 3 of those nice little chinks in its back into its rib cage from behind. It lets out its last breath of air is just a big and then falls forward vomiting on Nalera.
Hey!
Well, vomiting in Nalera's direction, but all the bile that was still in its chest is just seeking to get out of its body.
All right, so the fortitude.
And it's dead, super dead.
Weaponized barfing.
If anyone was gonna do it, it was gonna be Sandre and Nalera together.
Can I move? Is this thing on? Like, is it Can I get out from under it?
No, it's not on you. It just fell over
Oh, okay.
towards you,
Oh, okay.
because that's the direction it's
Does it get
facing.
on my shoes?
Make a reflex save. Or make a lively check, better than that. Your shoes are
Black
fine.
dice don't work.
Black
Black on
dice. Black dice. Black on black is.
I thought that it would at least be intuitive enough to have changed the color
Nope.
of the text. Apparently, I gave them too much credit.
Oh, you can change the color of the dice.
Yeah.
Alright, it is their turn. You guys hear some guttural roars coming from the cave.
But you said my shoes are fine, right?
Yeah, your shoes are fine.
important questions.
You know, you make jokes. Okay, that's better. I can see those. Ooh, the shading on that is better too. I like it.
And you got a natural 20.
Oh God, I wasted it.
You guys have been wasting 20s all day.
I mean, we've been rolling them all day. So.
Roll 20s every day.
All day. All right. 4 more trolls come running out and look around.
Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to tell you about that.
I knew them. I had heard them.
We forgot to bring the alcohol, or we could have a pretty nice party right now.
Oh yeah, no. Trolls are known for their partying antics. They can drink anything short of acid as a party game.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. There's a dead troll at your feet, and there are 4 angry-looking ones sort of like scanning real quickly around to where that cry came from.
I hold my turn.
Oh my god, those both fell short. 25, yep. Xiaoyu fires twice from the trees and misses on both attempts.
Oof, he'll be so mad.
I think he has a plus 13, but I don't know because he doesn't attach his macros to his character.
Doesn't he get like a bonus because of the lost size or something?
He does, but he needs a 25 to hit them.
Well, I mean, if anything, his role is docked for not being here.
There you go. That's what it is. Revan, you're up.
I'm making a moral choice right now.
A moral choice, he says.
Also, Erwin, last time you left him where he is over there, so... If you wanted to do that, that's fine, but just make sure if you want him to be moving this turn to do so while it's your turn.
No, I'll just sit by Xiaoyu. I don't have much I really want to do, so I'll just go with the default of Yep, nope, don't have the range for that. I'll just bring this guy back to life. I haven't done necromancy in a while.
He hasn't been litchy recently.
You monster.
So this little Yeah, that one.
Do you have to be adjacent to them for that, or is there a range on it?
I will check for you. Because that is a good question. Shoot.
I'm pretty sure that was a touch spell.
Yeah, I asked because it is a touch spell.
Yeah, it is a touch spell, so let's see. Can I... Let me make my thing, make sure I can get over there. Yeah, I can walk over there 30 feet. Just get right over here.
Just get all right up in there.
Excuse me. Hi. Hey, how you doing?
Just gonna touch you a little bit.
It's a little...
You're standing in the tree, man.
Wait. I think I still have 5.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
He is the tree, man.
Am I close enough? Because I think this is still a blank square. I'm not right next to him.
Derek, is he close enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, yeah. Oh, because I have my I can make anima spells ranged, so it's fine. 15 feet. Yeah. So I'll cast it. Death on death. Just a very slight chuckle. Very slight.
Evil.
He brings it back to life, and then he chuckles. A hearty laugh.
It's not a loud one. It's just like a very light one, like to myself. Nobody's supposed to hear it.
LQTM. Laughing quietly to myself.
All right. You monster.
Yep. I mean, somebody's got to be some.
We gotta give him a discerning mark of some kind.
There, he's got the
Spaceship.
He's got the little thing. All right. You have raised him. He can't act this turn though.
That's fine.
And you said
I
Irwin
just
Sting.
wanted to set him up for the win.
You know,
Okay.
gotta believe in your team.
Nalair, are you doing anything? Because you were still holding before.
I'm still holding.
All right, Sandra, you're up. They will get attack of opportunities on you.
They can try.
Well, they'll definitely try. All right. This one makes 2 club attacks. I'm just going to count this as 1 club attack from each of them. The 27 is definitely high enough to hit.
Yep.
So they do 18 damage. They're blunt.
24 armor.
Yeah, they're blunt weapons, so they actually do 18 damage and ignore 2 armor, but it's still not enough to stop you.
Sandra the Unstoppable.
Imagine what happens when I give him a soul shield.
Jesus.
I've seen it. You did that once, and he just didn't
I
take
did.
damage.
Yeah, I was just like, oh,
And you didn't take damage because the feedback was so
They
low.
both took attack opportunities.
They did, and because they did so, as you were going from this tile to this tile, that puts you within reach of making retaliatory strikes.
Boop. Boop.
The dice, man.
Huh.
It's just satisfying.
it's
seeing them
satisfying
there.
now. And I'm glad
Yeah.
they fixed
Me too.
36 is a hit, 28 is a hit. So both of them strike out at you. One of them hits you. The guy that missed you, you catch in the leg, like snapping. You see, like the front, like inch of his knee just gets taken off by your hammer as you're swinging hard past him. The second one, you catch him right above the waistline and hear bone crack underneath. They both clearly are damaged by this, but you know that without acid or fire, the damage is only temporary with these guys.
God damn it.
I'm
Continue.
gonna take my turn after Sunday, by the way.
I'm gonna continue my charge. And that's a wide angle.
Okay. Yep. So you hit both of them, and then you wide angle swing back going the other way with the 34. You hit the one hard enough over the head that you knock him sideways into the other guy and knock their heads together.
Jeez.
Punch one with the other.
Terrible.
That's very efficient.
That's efficient, yeah.
Did he
Oh,
die?
wait.
They both
They both
they
died.
both collapse to the ground, but as I said, you've seen this before since you fought them just earlier in the day. You know that they will start moving again without the application of fire or acid. But for now, they're both knocked unconscious on the ground.
Ravan.
I take my turn.
Okay.
I throw my dagger at this one.
You're not going to get
Actually,
closer?
hold on. Yeah, hold on. I take. I messed up my screen. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. If I didn't move, could I make 2 attacks or no?
You can still make 2 attacks. You're
What do
not
you mean?
charging.
No, I'm not. So what I would do is throw a dagger at this one and then throw a dagger at this one.
That's fine. You'd be taking the penalties for dual wielding is the difference there.
Okay, so I would do my dagger throw twice then?
No, you would just hit your regular dual wield thing and take the first 2 rolls on that because that will apply the proper penalties.
Okay.
Hey, not the place.
Hey, so that first one is a hit, and the second one is actually a hit because you only need a 16 to hit a stationary target. And since that guy's down on the ground, then he's
Yeah,
a stationary
they're both-
target.
almost dead, and now they're
The first
way
one
dead.
with the nat 20, you basically, with both hands, just hurl 2 daggers forward. The first troll gets it right between the eyes. The second one, you just plant it, like, in its shoulder blade, but both of them give you that satisfactory acidic sizzle before the daggers disappear over the next 6 seconds and return to your bandolier or wherever it is that you're keeping them.
Different places.
And so that was a move, and it was your action, right?
Yep. And then I can do a minor action.
Yes, you can do a minor action. For most people, that would be like drinking a potion or something. But you do have the item.
I draw my dagger and my sword.
That is not a
I draw
minor
another
action.
dagger and my sword.
Nope.
It's not okay. Then I don't. Then I don't do anything.
Drawing weapons is a movement action or done as part of a movement action.
Okay.
So-
Then I just take a defensive stance.
Okay. Let's see. I'm surprised that you're not using your thing that lets you move as a minor. Or did you get rid of it?
I have one on. I've already have one used for this day. I think. I do. I used it while we were in the gorge. I'm saving it. We're about to fight a dragon.
Okay. Well, maybe. I mean, this might
I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen.
might all be a bait and switch. Okay. The trolls go. They're super mad, bro. Both of them. Let's see. Between the 3 targets, they're not overly intelligent. So 1, 2, 3.
Me, of course.
The system doesn't know how to roll a d3 visually.
That's sad.
Because the D3 dice doesn't exist.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a D6.
Yeah. Okay, so all of them got the dice rolls to attack Sandre anyways, because Revan was 1,
Oh.
Nalair was 2, Sandre was 3.
Okay.
Okay, they attempt to corner you, Sandre, and they each make 3 attacks.
Does Sandra not get an attack of opportunity?
They have greater reach than he does.
Yeah.
So, let's see if that guy dropped his
Headbutts.
club. Okay, no, he did not drop his club. They miss you on every attack except for the very last one, which is a headbutt. So the guy to your right swings at you twice, nearly trips himself in the process, but in the middle of his trip, he just lunges forward quickly and catches you in the shoulder with his forehead, which normally would be a big failure on his part because your shoulder is armored, but he's a troll and his skull is really thick, so it's still a legitimate attack. At least from their point of view.
Use your heads, kids.
So unfortunately, that's only 1 damage on Sandre.
Oh no.
Oh no, I know. And Revan, you're up then.
What's up, my new friend?
What do you want him to do?
Go smashy smashy on the
Go smashy, smashy. I love it.
I can go smashy smashy.
Those are all terrible rolls. But it's cool. He's got to work out the kinks.
Mm-hmm.
I used to undeath.
Yeah.
Yeah, get used to the whole undead thing.
Well, since I'm here, I guess I'll just sidle on over 5, 10, 15, 20, and just do it big. This one. bring him back as well.
Oh my
Let's just keep an
god, you
army.
monster.
Let's see. Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, you should be able to select them as a thing now.
Okay. I cannot.
No?
They are in my handouts though. Maybe I can drag one in. No, I still can't control it.
Huh, weird. Alright, we'll figure that out. Jiao Yu is up. He takes 2 more pot shots from the trees.
Hey.
Much better hits. Into the nearest guy. 130, that's within his range. 2 arrows right down the thing's spine. And then he moves forward. Sandre, you're up. Oh, and Sandre, you were, like I said before, you knew that this guy was dead or looked dead, but...
Oh, question.
Yep.
So it says I can raise as many as I want equal to my level times 2. Can I get that one as well? I think he's out of range.
It's
Sorry,
based
he's out
on... Well, no. You can only raise 1 per, but you can control that many.
of- It says I can raise as many undead as I desire so long as their combined level are not greater than my own level times 2, but I can control my own level times 4.
Okay, yeah, but these things are strong enough.
Yeah, I was making sure.
No, you're right. You're right to check that. Let me make sure. You guys are level 11?
10.
10? Yeah, these things rank effectively as a level 7, so you wouldn't be able to raise more than 1 at a time. But you could control up to 4 of them, because you can control up to their, like, level, or your level times 4, it is?
I can control my level times 4, so I can control so I can bring it back up to level 20 at if their combined level was 20.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. So if they're both 7, and that means 2 of them is 14, right? So
Yeah, but, again...
I think he's out of range.
Yeah, we should be... It is a touch. The anima thing.
Yeah. It's only 15 feet, and I can only touch that one with it.
Outreach. Anima touch range spells that are not self-targeted. Yeah, so that counts as that. That's fair. No, that's fair enough. If you were within range of the other one, you should be within range of that one.
Okay. Yay.
Sandre, all the trolls around you that you killed are all rising.
And Revan is just slowly.
Do I have an indication that it's Revan or the trolls themselves?
Well, the troll here that you put down by slamming it over the side of its head, the head is still at like a 40-degree angle off from what it should be, and it's clear. Like you can see that the neck, the spinal column going into the neck, is just broken and is slightly protruding. So something is clearly wrong with it, but it is moving.
You okay, bro? You need a coffee?
You need a Starbucks?
I think I'm gonna take my chances with this.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Revan's going on a
Hey.
Lich campaign.
he is going on a Lich campaign.
Skype. Are you guys on Skype?
Yep, I just sent you the invite.
Wonderful. Let me see. I don't know which camera.
Whoa, mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks.
They're-
They're not real mozzarella.
No, they're
not
soy.
real mozzarella.
Vegan chicken sticks.
That's fine. I
Um,
eat neither
people-
chicken nor milk. Or...
Okay, that's that one.
You
You're not
need to
muted
mute
on
Skype.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're fine.
Nice BK crown.
Thank you. I try.
He is the Burger King.
Today I'm the Lich King.
All right.
He's getting there.
Lich King.
Sandre, but what do you do?
I move over there and I'd be like, hey, you need hugs.
So you step up onto the tree stump there.
Let's say I do.
To bring yourself onto his level.
You should attack someone on your own level.
Oh god. Natural 19s.
Nice.
Oh, he'd already been hit by Zhao Yu.
Yes.
You basically turn towards him, take 2 steps, pulling yourself up to his height on the stump, and just bring the hammer so hard down onto his head. You see the skull cracks and the eyes push down into where the nasal cavity should be for this creature. It makes sort of like a sound, like an accordion being deflated, and it just falls backwards with liquid leaking out of its facial orifices.
Okay.
That being said, you're still aware. It is likely to get up and start moving again if A, nobody puts acid into it, or B, Revan doesn't get to it.
Are you sure?
Just
I
to
can undead it while it still has that recovery thing?
well, no, but once she's killed it, once Nalera has killed it, then you could undead it.
Okay.
All right, Sandre. Nalera, you're up. And Zhao Yu, you're already on the initiative list.
15? That's miserable.
You got a 1.
You got a 1. Don't tell me I got a 1.
Okay.
Oh my god, I rolled another natural 20 for the trolls because somehow they fell off the list.
Okay.
Wow.
I move 20 feet. I go there. And provoke an attack of opportunity.
You move. Oh, okay. It attacks. When trolls attack, it gets a natural 1 and drops its club.
But a natural 20 on the initiative.
Where's the settings
Yeah.
for settings?
I win.
Oh, we've all enabled 3D dice and automatic 3D dice rolls because we all like the sound effect.
Also, as I was running, I was drawing my sword and my dagger, by the way.
That's fine.
Like, since I... Yeah.
Are you
Just thought about
charging
that.
or are you just moving up? Because if you're charging, you're only getting 1 attack. If you're moving up, you
No,
could...
I was just moving up.
Okay.
I don't charge.
Nalera doesn't run. Ooh, a natural... 2 natural 1s.
What are the extremes today? We've only been rolling natural 20s and natural 1s all day.
Yeah, it's a lot of 1s and 20s so far. It's been very strange.
Are they messing with the algorithm?
So let's see. I think when you put them in 3D, Roll20 is like, I'm gonna spice it up and just add a bunch of 1s.
No, we did it, but it was doing that before, though.
Lies. You have no proof of that?
Yes, I do. It's actually in the chat log.
It's also being recorded.
No, that's not
It's
true.
yeah, it's also being recorded.
That's not true. No one is watching this stream right now, so no one knows that you guys are right.
I'm watching it right now.
You're our only
Let's
watcher.
do a test on the rolling.
Oh my god. I see 1s. Lots of...
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I see lots of 1s and 20s though.
Yeah, okay, so... Either way, I need... roll that defensive dual wield again. Alright, yeah, okay.
This is another 20?
Do that twice, one more time. Just see if you drop your dagger on either of those attacks. Okay, no, you got a 13 and a 17, so you don't drop your dagger. You do hit on the 29 and the 29. So you move up, you dodge this guy's club attack where he goes and he tries to hit you with a club, and just, I don't know, he'd been playing with mayonnaise and snails, and the club just slides freely out of his hand like a Wiimote, and crashes through his TV.
Mayonnaise and snails, that is a saying.
But no, he drops it, and then you just bring one offhand, one main hand, just right up into his chest with the satisfying sizzling pop sound that the acid makes.
Nice. I stayed there.
Then it goes back to Frost Troll's turn. He doesn't know any better, So he shouts out at you one last time, food, hunt, eat. Nope, that's
But I don't
not.
speak that language.
What's your dodge?
My defensive dodge is 33.
Ah, damn. A 28's about the best that he's ever gonna roll. Oh wait, he doesn't have a weapon. So he's just attacking it with his hands now, which is fine because he's proficient with it. But he misses on all of his attacks. He's just lunging for you, just starting to froth. Xiaoyu, you're up.
I dance. I make it pretty.
Ballet.
Yeah, my cape is like billowing because it's a billowing cape.
That is the kind
all
of
of
cape.
those are
Nice.
Revens.
Those are all mine.
All of these three, everyone without an X or the one that I'm in front of.
You said he was a lich, right?
Yeah, he's basically a lich now.
Just
Alright,
put him
I'll
down.
go into him. Yeah.
I
I'm
just
kidding.
put him down.
This guy.
Okay, 2 shots.
Are they permanently yours?
Mm-hmm.
Until I kill them. Jesus, that guy's dead.
Yeah, that guy's dead. This one over here is still technically alive because it hasn't taken any acid damage. But the one that Xiaoyu just shot was stabbed by Nalera, so it's dead.
Yeah, I'll tell her
And
that.
Jayu has fiery arrows, right?
No, that was his original bow. Then he gave that up for the
Oh,
Ebb and
okay.
Tail bow, and then he gave that up for Hate's Courier.
Got it.
Do you go and stab the other guy, or are you guys gonna try and
If the turn order is over, then yeah, I do walk over there.
Oh,
stab him.
turn order is over, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to like try and rehabilitate the troll and like learn what him and his people were doing here, and should you really be enemies, and like.
I don't think that far ahead. I stab him.
I need to save my glove time. That's like a whole 12 seconds I just used. That's not efficient.
Trolls hoard gold, right?
They
So,
can.
Can I wait? Can I wait a couple seconds for my stamina to get up so I can just straight stamina cast this again and I get the last two?
That's up to everyone else. Sandre,
No,
as
we're not waiting for him to do that. If he's waiting to rest so that he's at his optimal fighting proficiency so that we can move forward, that's one thing. We're not waiting here for you to raise more dead things.
Wait.
There's enough
I mean,
dead things in this group.
did you really blast through like almost all your mana and stamina?
Well, the first, yeah, I
Yeah.
do it. I can do it in three adept spells. Can blast through all
Boom.
my mana and stamina.
Tell me,
No.
do you?
You're on
You're
timeout.
you're the full caster, like the only permanent one seemingly in the group. Does it still feel balanced for you? Like it's not too powerful or too weak? Guys, stop.
Well, when I had the 100 earlier, it felt like I was always able to do just enough because I could like balance it between the 3 spells I needed to
Stop
cast.
moving me. I'm going with Sandre.
Stop!
But
I
also-
told guys, stop moving into the cave, or I'll take your character rights away.
But because I'm a support character, I always have to cast, just not on me, but on everybody else.
Hmm.
So
Or you could hold your turn and save your mana.
yeah, but holding my turn doesn't save mana. It just means I do it later.
It's true. All right. No, grounded. You've been grounded. I'm gonna put you guys in timeout.
I didn't do anything.
For once, it's not me.
Oh. Yeah, the one time it's not him, we get grounded. That's bull ass.
It's because Derek loves me.
Yeah, apparently.
He's
We can
known
all
me
say
the
who your
longest.
we can all say who your favorites are.
I'm blind.
Boom. I put them in timeout. And
Whoa! We're in a box of misery.
I'm gonna go on the stream so I can see.
It's not okay. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the stream. That's how Derek's getting more views on the stream.
I'm forcing you guys to watch the stream.
Yeah.
I put you guys in a
Like-
timeout box.
We
I
are in a
basically
timeout
just-
box.
It's just like I'm just using all of my mana really quickly. But that's perfectly fine for me right now because I feel like it's just a challenge. I need to use it smarter.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and that's how I kind of felt with Ming too.
Mm.
And with
Oh.
Nalera, like she doesn't identify as a caster.
Yeah.
So
Now, Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, if we can go on a quick mechanics tangent, but currently there's no huge distinction between a wizard and a sorcerer in this game. It's just there's types of magic and then how it's cast, but it works pretty much on the same plane for anyone.
The distinction in this game, since there's technically no class, is that a wizard would be any caster, that anyone with casting abilities that took the skills. A sorcerer specifically, there's a feat line that you have to take starting at level 1, where you become a sorcerer, and then you can't learn spells just by buying scrolls. You learn spells by taking feats and leveling up, but you also get access to more spells. You just you have more spells, and the DCs are higher, but you're never going to know as many spells as a wizard that could just, based on how much money they have and how much time,
Right.
just have they could eventually learn every spell if they knew every skill.
Right. Okay. Well, that's cool.
All right. So you guys are walking into this cave. I'm gonna take you out of timeout, but
Since it's only going to take me like a few seconds to get the stamina to be able to bring them back, I'm going to do that and then catch up.
all right. When you guys walk into this cave, there is snow on the ground outside. Inside, there's just piles of it up against the sides of the cavern in here. The temperature drops another 5 or 6 degrees noticeably upon entering.
Ooh.
You immediately can see, well, Nalera can't, she's a vampire. Sandre can see his own breath as soon as he enters into the cave. You guys look around. There are bones in here. It looks like the trolls had been pulling bodies from the pile outside and sort of leaving
Is that what this is?
leaving some of the bones in here. They're just scattered about.
The trolls have been pulling bodies? So have I.
Ha!
Necromancer gamer.
I keep my I go ahead and sheathe my sword, but I draw another dagger so that I'm dual wielding my daggers as we are walking.
Okay.
Also, how does it smell in here? Does it smell better than it did outside?
It smells cold.
What happened up to this point?
Oh, why don't you guys fill him in on what happened since we start? That way I don't give away anything that I'm not supposed to.
What we wound up when we got out of the gorge, we rested for a little bit so that Revan could recover.
And then probably use all of.
Yeah, and then promptly use all of it. We came out onto a clearing. It smelled bad. We could hear things and see things, but we didn't know where it was coming from. So I snuck up outside of a cave. Outside of the cave, I saw an enormous pile of dead bodies. It smelled really bad. So now I have a bandage around my face and I look really scary because I have a mask on. And big troll came out, started eating at one of the dead bodies. It was gross. I tried to sneak away, failed it, and made noise loud enough to be perceived by said giant troll, and he yelled for his buddies, and then he tried to hit me, but that didn't happen. That did not work out for him. Then we murder boated them all. It was fun.
Sweet.
You helped.
So it was mostly combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
the one thing that she missed is while you guys were on your way to the mountain, which is where you're at the base of now, you did stumble upon a cache of food that had been left likely by the other group that was ahead of you, and you guys now have that with you. It's about 3 days worth of food for 6 or 7 people and a couple bottles of alcohol.
Are
And
those
Sandre
dead,
took the whole bag. We have
are
it
those
all.
dead bodies, assumingly the people that we were supposed to catch up with?
Possibly, no one actually stopped long enough to
I
even...
didn't stop to look.
I go back and check. And I kind of like, wait, guys, come on, let's round back.
We knew you would do that.
I stay with Sandre. I make it a point to not leave him alone.
I call Sandre over and I tell him there's free booze over here.
Sandre actually has the booze.
Yeah, he has all the booze.
I tell him there's more free booze over here. I have my own booze.
It's true, he does. I actually
Sandre,
need...
I think you're muted.
Sandra...
Hey.
Yep, definitely muted.
There's the guy.
Do you go with him?
No, my thing is pancakes, not booze.
Oh, okay, but
Does he
before
say
you
that
move,
aloud?
before you move any further, I actually need a reflex save from you and Nalera. Nope.
Ouch.
Okay.
Good thing it wasn't a fortitude save.
So you guys are navigating around piles of snow and ice in here. Nalera is actually the one that sets this trap off, but because she's nimble enough, she throws herself over, like, away from the area being affected. Sandra, you're still in the side. The pile of snow gives way, and a giant pit opens up underneath it.
I don't want to go in the Underdark again.
I don't want to go in the Underdark again. That place fucking blows.
You fall into the pit. The pit itself is 40 feet deep. When you hit the ground, you take 8 crushing damage. And I need a fort save to see if it knocks the wind out of you. You're okay. Yeah. I mean, other than the 8 crushing damage. The walls of this pit, there's some of the ice and snow have fallen into this, and the walls are slick and wet and difficult to climb.
Wow.
I look down into the thing.
Wow.
Sandre, are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you get Revan?
Fine.
Thanks.
I do. I go get him. And by the way, I don't yell down at him. I speak quietly enough to not like reverberate off the walls. Hopefully, that's my intention. Also, as I walk back, I keep an eye out for traps. Like specifically, I can use my sneak score to do that. Do I need to roll that?
You do need to roll that. If you're not going to get that as an automatic, but if you're looking for it, you can make the check.
That's fine.
You don't find anything between where you were and the outside.
Okay. Revan, Sandre fell in a hole.
And
Yeah.
he's trying to climb out.
He
And
fell in a hole
I didn't-
again.
I didn't know that he was trying to climb out, but Sandre fell in a hole. He would appreciate it if you would please teleport him out.
Okay, Sandre, I need 3 successful athletics checks from you to climb out of that pit. 24 is successful, so I need 2 more. That's also successful. That is not. So you make it 30 feet out of the pit, and then your foot slips. Like I said, it's slick. It's icy. You slide all the way back down and take 6 crushing damage when you hit the ground. Right leg first. You feel the bone in your right leg, like, shakes, but does not break.
I walk back over and I look down into the hole. I'm like, I got Revan. What happened? Are you okay?
I didn't try to climb, I promise you.
You can-
Revan, please.
You can see the scratch line on the wall where he dug his hands in and scraped like an inch deep all the way down the side. No, crunch.
While these antics are going on, what does Jayu find on the bodies?
Okay, you looking the bodies over?
Yes.
Your camera died for Skype.
Give me just a second. I gotta step away for a minute.
Okay, now it's working.
There you go.
Yeah, the bodies here. One of them, it's harder to tell a little bit because these are at the point where they've begun to decompose. They've been dead for at least 2 days. You find one human amidst this pile of sort of 11 and a half corpses. The rest of them are the same species as that guy that you found in the woods and Mingjia. They've got a variation in skin color from a deep burnished bronze-ish color. 2 of them have a pale, almost green-yellow skin tone. And then the rest of them have that same sort of dark, almost gray-blue skin tone to them. None of them have weapons or armor on them. It looks like they've been stripped of it. They are just wearing whatever the underclothes would have been under, like, traveling gear.
They're all pointy ears, or the one human?
There's one human, and then like I said, there's 11 and a half corpses here. The other one has already been mostly eaten. But of those that are remaining, there's 1 human and then 10 that are not human that have the pointy ears.
Okay. All right, I catch back up with them then.
Mhm.
All right. You catch up to find Sandre in a pit.
I'm gonna use some rope to get him out.
Okay. What are you going to anchor it to?
Erwin.
I have pittance.
He's got pittance.
Why do I have a feeling I'm just gonna drag down Erwin?
Probably. Erwin's pretty strong. He can help. Oh,
Erwin is pretty strong.
It's quite slippery here though, but
You
sure.
also have like 5 trolls.
Shh.
so me and Erwin working together. Yes.
Just the man and his
Also-
crocodile.
Also, was I able to get those last 2?
Get what?
The last 2 trolls.
Did you wait until you had the stamina and the mana for it?
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna have like no stamina or mana.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Or like the bare minimum that I need, like the 10 stamina, basically. But I'll take the 0 mana.
Yes, you have all of them are zombie trolls. Their combined level is enough that you could not control any more than you currently have.
I know, yeah. Because math.
Man.
Yeah. But I'll actually have the trolls help. The trolls. Hey guys,
They'll
help.
just do it. How about that?
Yeah, just help Sandra out of the
Yep.
hole with this rope.
Tie the rope. How much rope do we have? Nalair has a bunch of rope, right?
I have like over 100 feet of rope.
But is it in long enough segments?
Yeah.
Each of them, I can tie them together.
Yeah, but then there's structural integrity. Is the word.
Okay.
Is it silk rope or is it hemp rope?
It's silk rope.
Great.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's spider silk from
Get
down below.
2 of those. And instead of tying them together, we get 2 separate ropes, and we get 2 trolls. And we have them.
What did I miss?
Can the trolls like reach down to get them?
No, we just
It's a
drop rope down
40-foot
there.
pit.
Okay.
Right, just wraps it around his like armpits and stuff, like around this. And he just keeps his arm down, and they walk up, and they'll drag his face along the wall, but he'll get out.
I have 47 feet of silk rope.
That's not enough.
It's a 40-foot pit.
That's okay.
47 is more than 40.
Yeah, but then you need enough to tie it around Sandre. You need enough to tie it around the troll. It's not
You
enough.
you don't need to tie it around the troll. Just have the troll pull the other end.
Yeah, I'm not trusting a troll that already was retarded, that now is brain dead, to hold on to the rope effectively.
Did
We're
we find
tying
out
it to
if
the troll?
Did we find out if the trolls are the bodies outside are the duders that we were
Yeah, they
catching
are.
up to? They definitely are. Were they wearing pants?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Not worth it. I'm not going back out there. It smelled terrible.
It does smell terrible.
How does it smell in the cave, by the way?
There's nothing in their
Cold.
pants, just so you know. And by pants, I mean pockets.
It just smells cold. It doesn't smell like dead bodies in here.
It smells it's a little acrid, but otherwise it's an almost you know when like you breathe in and it's cold enough that it hurts?
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Cool. I mean, if Nilair doesn't really have to breathe.
She doesn't really breathe, no.
Yeah. Okay. So I take my like little makeshift mask off and put it away, and
It smells terrible, I was just joking.
Nice.
No.
While they are doing this, I do go this way, and scout ahead for more traps.
Okay. Roll your sneaky sneak. Okay, you don't see any traps. Roll a reflex save. You take about 3 steps onto an area between 3 large snow piles, and then it gives way like shattering glass to another 40-foot pit that you fall directly into
There it
the
is.
center of.
Good job.
You take 8 crushing damage minus whatever your... You have a bonus against all physical damage, right?
My billowing cloak lets me fall nicely.
Oh, that's true. Don't you make a
And your
lively
feline
check,
boots
though?
Let you fall
Also,
on your feet.
my on cat's paws also lets me fall nicely.
But what does the billowing cloak do exactly?
If character wearing a billowing cloak falls from a height, they treat the fall as if they had purposely jumped and get to make an athletics or lively check for reducing the damage from the fall.
Okay, so that means you need to make one of those 2 checks.
It would be the 16.
Okay. And it said you treat it as if it's 10 feet less?
No. They treat it as if they had purposefully jumped and get to make an athletics or lively check for reducing the damage from the fall.
Okay. So you're reducing effectively 16 feet of that fall. So it's still a 24-foot fall.
I think the feline boots help one category.
One category. Okay, so then instead of 24, it's a 14-foot fall.
Feline grace. Wearer always lands on their feet when falling 10 feet or more, and their falling damage is reduced by 50%.
Okay, so you've reduced it all the way down to 2 crushing damage, and I think as a vampire, you probably ignore 2 physical.
That's sassy.
Yeah. So you've effectively reduced
Yes, I
8
do, in fact.
8 crushing damage to 0. Like, you hit the ground and it's a rough landing, but you're no worse for wear.
That moment when all your enchantments proc at the same time.
Right? You guys see the trap go off, but what you really see is like 4 different pieces of equipment flare gold real quick as she falls into a pit. And she's just like, I'm fine.
How in the old shitty
Guys.
Spawn version of the movie, when his like cloak whoosh, like go all over him, that's imagine what it was like. It's just a whoosh, and she fell down, and she, like the hero's
hear-
entrance where
You
like
hear
the-
Nolera? You just hear Nolera from down the pit. Guys, I found another trap.
There's a pit.
So at this point, I'm floating above the ground.
Yeah.
Is it-
I'm out of the hole, right?
No, they actually haven't done that
No.
yet.
Thanks, guys.
I'm
So I have
working
a
on it.
question. For Night Climber, is that only in the dark or is it only at night?
It is only at night.
Okay.
So blah blah blah.
Whatever. I try to climb.
It's an athletics check.
Can I use lively?
No. You can use lively to go down a hole. You can't use it to get up out of one.
It was worth asking.
Can I? Oh, okay.
If I don't get help soon, I'm gonna start climbing again.
I thought I had an athletics thing on my
If someone doesn't help me, I'm gonna begin to help myself. I swear to God.
That's like how you do at restaurants.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go bust my own table. Okay,
How did it go?
you make the first 2 checks. The third one is not high enough. You begin to slide down, but I'm gonna make one of these trolls is gonna attempt to catch you since you're close enough up for them.
Yes.
He needs a 15.
Hey!
One of the trolls that's standing there with the 10-foot length of silk rope in his hand, falls to the ground and grabs at you as you begin to slide back down. And because he got a natural 20, despite his undeadness, manages to reach at you and pull you the rest of the way up out of the pit.
Hey, nice job, buddy.
I'm gonna attempt to climb out.
Okay, that's an athletics. Nope.
1. Okay, gonna try again.
Nope.
Gonna try again.
Nope. You're basically like scrambling your way up.
Hey! I
You-
got 10 feet.
Okay, you climbed 15 feet up out of the 40-foot pit. I need another check from you.
And you die.
You descend
I didn't
back
die.
into the pit.
She's already dead.
Yeah, she's already dead.
Try again.
Am I the only one alive?
I'm alive.
Revan's alive for now.
Are we sure about that?
Well, he is the one that confirms whether the rest of you are alive or dead. So he's in a position where if anyone was going to fake it, he'd probably be the best.
Okay.
The chances
I
that
think I've
the,
watched
the chance that you are going to
enough.
successfully roll what you need twice is 1 in 400. So,
Well, Nalera doesn't know that.
well, she's figuring it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I stop at this point.
I toss a rope. I pull her up.
Does he have rope?
I have rope. I have pittance. I have rope.
I have rope.
All right, make a climbing check. You only need, is it knotted or is it a straight rope?
It is a straight rope.
All right, you need a 15, and he needs to make a strength check to pull you the rest of the way. Let's see.
Ah.
Oh.
Nalair, that's not enough. Nope. There you go. You got a 21, he got an 18, so you scramble up about 15, 20 feet using the rope, and he pulls you the rest of the way up to the ledge.
Alright. So, can I just, like, delete, like, 4 of these and just have this one troll, represent the 5 until battle?
Why do you don't like? You know what? That's part.
It's n-
You're a parent
It's
now,
lying.
and that comes with responsibility.
Yeah. I always have to,
Um, So every 10 feet that I walk, checking for traps. I didn't see shit that time, but
No
still gotta
traps.
do it. No
Is
traps.
there a giant hole in front of me now?
Yes.
Yep, that's the one that Nalera fell in.
I don't see shit, but I'm looking so good.
Nalera, make a quick reflex save.
Oh Jesus Christ.
34. That's pretty good.
Hopefully it's good enough.
Oh, God.
A 60-foot, a cone of freezing cold explodes out of the darkness to this side of you. You manage to sort of like twist a way out of it and not take the brunt of it. You still take 11 cold damage.
And that ignores natural armor and stuff.
Yeah, it's magical. If you have any of the resistance to cold, you would apply it to against the 11.
It says 10 physical. I have something that says physical resistance 10 to magic or silver.
Yeah, that means magic and silver ignore that.
Got it. Copy that, Ghost Rider. Okay. And then I have an additional 7 of natural armor. Because I'm awesome. Alright. So how much was that you said?
11. After the
11.
11. After the blast of frost, all of you hear in a loud voice in Celestian, out where I can see you.
Send the trolls first.
I just kind of look. I just
What
kind of
you
look
want,
at them.
boss?
I'm like, I think I found the dragon, guys.
Woohoo! You know what I say to that? 180 degrees turn, let's rev it up. I have snacks, I promise you.
You have snacks.
I
have
follow
a
up
whole bag.
behind Jayu silently though. After I say that.
The trolls walk out. What do you want, boss? Just us.
It's just us, boss. Just fucking around in the cave like we normally do. We're just a bunch of stupid trolls. When did you guys learn to talk? Oh,
Food
God.
hunt!
The trolls are like, oh, he's onto us. And all the zombie trolls go running out of there.
I'm gonna sit down and start resting.
You hit your stopwatch and you're like, all right, I've got 6 rounds until I'm ready for this.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
And
chill this
I-
all day.
I'm gonna pop a healing ball as well.
Okay. You guys turn the corner here, and behind a bunch of piles of ice, is a large dragon, snow white, with 2 enormous horns that curl backwards and then out to the sides of his head and look like ram's horns.
Hey.
thought it
He's-
was a lady dragon.
Have you looked at the parts?
I think there's more than one.
Not yet.
Yeah. The dragon you can see to one side is as well a small cadre of the Drogland creatures that you saw in the forest. They crawl out from a pile of snow.
That is refreshing in there.
Oh, I just
Super.
realized my microphone.
What about
My perception check was to see if it was a man or a woman.
if it was a man or a woman dragon?
Does
It
swing low?
it is.
Swing chariot?
It appears to be a male dragon from what you know of dragons.
I mean, do I see a thing, or is there a hole where a thing should be?
There's a
Like,
pile of snow. It makes it difficult.
Uh-huh.
Shrinkage and all.
Yeah.
It can be hard to tell in the cold.
Got
Cold,
it.
cold temperatures.
Very cold temperatures.
Oh my god.
Either way. No, but it motions to you guys and says that identify yourselves before I have you frozen and consumed.
Identify myself as Xiaoyu Sewang, commander of the Northern Legion. No. First scout of the Celestians. I'm here to seek discourse with you.
I don't know what he said.
Oh, and what was the other dragon's name?
I have
Is the
that.
dragon speaking common or
Pardon me, that-
draconic?
The dragon is speaking Celestian.
Okay.
Do you have it?
His name is Parakarul Mundi Velok.
Okay. I have you say that. I point to you and I'm like, yeah. And then
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
yeah, no, I tell you, I say, what's the blue dragon's name? And then he says that, and I said, we come bearing message and discourse.
Gift.
Make a speech check to go along with that.
Do.
Did you say gifts,
By
or
the
was
way, I
that just
don't say
Sandra
anything.
joking?
Did I say what?
Did you say gifts, or was that just Sandra?
That was just me.
Okay.
I have a whole bag of food I'm nomming on.
Oh, okay, that's fine. What is this, Fallout? You're just trying to regenerate health as quickly as possible?
I'm just chilling with Sanjay. We haven't hung out in a while.
It's very cold in here.
I stay next to Xiaoyu.
Yeah.
Like somewhat protectively, but not obviously.
All right.
It's not obviously protective. It looks like I'm just standing there.
The
But,
dragon.
I'm on the defensive, and I'm keeping my eye on like all of those duders and the dragon and stuff like that. But I don't say
Chill.
anything.
The dragon just looks at you. He doesn't need further explanation of your actions.
Fuck you, man.
And he's a snow dragon, so as many frost-based puns as he can get out in a regular day dealing with people is like half of the goal of being a snow dragon.
Listen, I don't need his shit. Okay, he can drop his 20 right now. We'll see who rolls higher initiative.
He can drop at 20 degrees.
Get out. Get out.
This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna eat you last.
Hey. Make sure I'm properly chilled. You don't want to get freezer burned.
Wow.
Hey.
That's cold, man.
It's true,
Yeah.
but it's true. No, anyways, you mentioned the other dragon's name.
Yeah.
He seems to, he clearly recognizes, or as you're better at reading the social cues and responses of dragons than most people, since you've successfully dealt with at least one of them now. Two, if you're including the Great Crystal Beast.
Wasn't successful. Don't count it.
He successfully forged a pact and then turned on it. But
Turned it on.
turned it on.
Cease.
He did get bigger. Either way, he looks like he's less on the offensive than he was before, but he's still standing up. He hasn't like settled down into a sitting or resting position.
Do I see his pile of gold anywhere? I mean,
It probably doesn't help that I
make
have
a perception
these
check.
tools.
No, but I mean it could be under any of these piles of snow or ice.
doesn't matter. I'm just gonna
I mean,
keep my silence and keep my eyes on these guys and this guy.
okay. So basically everybody that isn't on your team.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Okay.
Typical.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. Standard
I
fare.
tell him, how about I have the trolls bring you guys some snacks from outside, and then we'll chat over a nice bite.
I have what I need over here. Why don't you tell me why you've come?
All right, I put my bow on my back. I
Mhm.
step a little bit closer. I tell him about the new race sailing from the east. Is that
Northeast.
geographically correct? Okay, northeast. And how they're transferring so many people. I also tell him about the war with the Celestians. I ask him if he's aware of either of these two things.
The war, he says your people are involved in so many. I don't know to keep track properly. Which one are you referencing?
Ooh, that's cold.
Well, there's one with the orcs right now, but then there's going to be one, right? They're currently at war with the orcs.
Yep, that's still going on.
But then there's going to be another great war with humans soon, and nobody likes humans. And then I
Hey.
kind of I do like one of these with Nalair to me, but I'm like that.
It's fine. She talked shit about humans just the other day.
Yeah. Okay. I tell him that with all of the things happening, some of the only peace in the land is fallen on these islands here. So my job is to hopefully keep it that way, and I'd assume that you'd like that as well. And I kind of give him a silence to see if he wants to say anything.
All right. Give him another speech check just to add with what you're saying there.
Hit him! Oh,
wow.
you hit
Okay.
him with the 20s. Homie?
Dang.
Does anybody
Right.
else see this glare
14.
on my screen?
Yes. It looks
Okay.
like I'm not sure what it
looks
is.
like water.
It's my
It looks
crown.
like-
It's reflecting light because I'm brilliant.
Boom.
Get out. Go away.
All right. It's the cold reaching through and touching his camera. Now, the snow dragon looks at you and says, "Peace. Peace comes and goes, but solitude is all that I wanted. I know of these manling things from the ocean. They've been here, and I've gotten, I've extracted great benefit from them." And he motions towards the Droglin.
That's great. Do you know what happened with? And then I point to Revan and I have him say the dragon's name again.
Parakairu Mandivela.
Do you know? You're saying, do you know what happened with him, or?
Yeah, recent. Do you know the recent events of that have happened with him?
No, not recently.
Yeah.
I have not actually ever seen him in person. We just have a common friend.
Well, we came to his aid because your friends who've supplied you with more power turned on him and essentially made him what the Celestians have made. No, worse. What the Celestians have made with dragons. You essentially just turn into a hull, a shell of yourself to just follow the commands. And I described the tentacle-y face thing. I see. Have you seen one of those?
That's not what they look like anymore, right? We've established.
No, the creature that you saw does look like that, or was believed to look like that.
Yeah, I see. Have you seen one of those things?
I'm familiar with it. He
Yeah.
he turns his head towards one of his Droglin, and it moves forward up to the ice pile, scavenges around a bit, and comes out with something in its hands. He motions, and the Droglin walks around him in front of him and over to you.
I take a defensive stance.
It's got a pile of something like in its hands, and it puts it down. It's the most of the upper half of a humanoid type body.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, like I said, it looks humanoid. Where there's two things that are very strange. It's largely featureless as far as like there's no skin as such. It just has a smooth, stony
Like a mannequin.
like a smooth, stony exterior to it. Yeah. And in the chest, which is still there, and the face, there are just two sort of chasms where like there should be, a rib cage and a heart and lungs, and then where there should be a face, it just sort of bends in upon itself. And when you look at it, the pits are dark. But they should only be a couple inches deep, and you should be able to see the other side. You don't. You just see dark.
Ooh.
And he says one of these, and leaves it over there, and the dragon returns to where it was.
Do I see anything special about it with my special eyes?
It is still, in terms for what you're familiar with, it's off-gassing positive and negative energy. Positive energy from its chest and negative energy from its head.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
No, Revan says that like out loud. Oh, that's weird.
Guys, that's strange.
That's not cool.
I tell him, I kind of chuckle, and I say, and I like walk up and I kick it, and I say, yeah, it's great that you dealt with it, but they'll come back, and there'll be more, and these things have been made to take over dragons like you, and you may kill some, you may kill many, but eventually they'll come for you, and the same thing will happen. I want the solitude. We want the solitude for you, just like we helped. When I look at Revan, I'm like, get me, bro. You gotta say it, Revan. I'm gonna do this over. You just get used to it.
Parker will develop.
There we go. He's found his solitude. He's on an island with humans that are essentially my blood, and they will defend him with their lives, and him somewhat equally. I'd like to work the same compromise for you. You can build your horde, you can have your solitude, you don't have to worry about anything, you can even keep these problems, whatever. But I need to know that we can at least have some terms to work with so that we can help each other in future endeavors, or just near future endeavors. And I'll make a check. Boom. Oh man.
Hey, so smooth.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also charisma based at this point.
He's turning down the heat a lot
Yeah.
on this one. No, he looks at you. He says, "Well, it's certainly an offer worth considering, but you've yet to really tell me what show of good faith or show of might on your part tells me that you can really do anything to uphold an equal bargain with one like me."
I just point at the troll.
Do I still have the scar on my head? Oh, you can't see it, can you?
No, you don't have the scar on your head.
You don't have a head.
Yeah, I just have the helm is affixed to my head at this point,
Yeah.
right? Like I can't
Yeah.
take it off. I asked him if he's ever heard of the underworld where these things come from.
The undersea?
Yeah.
Vague mentionings of it. It's not really overly important up here.
I asked him if he's ever heard of Legends of the Great Crystal Beast.
He shakes his head. He hasn't. He doesn't know what that is. He assumes it's some kind of monster or some such thing that manlings would come up with.
I tell him it's a dragon like yourself, but instead of snow, he's solid crystal ice,
And jelly.
about 4 times the size of you.
He's like, "You're crystal ice," and Revan's like, "And jelly," and he's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. I tell him the helm I wear that I can't take off is one made for someone to kill the beast, as I have, and my friends have. The bow I use was made to kill beasts like that, as I have. Now, I can prove my worth to you, either through story or through actions. But I'll have him know that. What am I trying to say? I quickly turn around and I talk with Revan. I say, 1 second.
Take your time.
Yeah. Are the other trolls? Where is it? Just one troll now?
You're fine.
No.
There are
they're
5
fine.
of them.
Okay.
It's just making me lag, so I had to represent them all with one.
So I turn back around. I have him. I kind of whisper in his ears. I was like, "Can you have the trolls like walk up behind us?" And I have them like slowly walk up, like from Armageddon, where they're like super slow mo, where they're about to get into the ship, but they got the thing under their arm. That they purposely walk in slow motion, so it's almost goofy. I tell them, not only have we rid the world of something like that so easily, but my friend here has taken some of the terrible abyss from the undersea with him. So even if we can't come to an agreement, you know, we'll figure out our way without you. But yeah, trying to do it without threatening him, but I don't know exactly how.
All right.
I'll
I
just.
don't need you, man.
He says he says, "Well, let me speak plainly then. How much is my assistance worth to you?"
Out of game real quick. I'm not sure how to answer a question like that. So like for the blue dragon, we essentially did a favor for him, which was what it was, and he
Yeah,
kind of.
because he was being bothered.
Then why wouldn't you just say to the dragon, your assistance is worth my assistance when you need it?
Oh. Well, that's what I already kind of said, right?
No, you didn't
like-
at all.
You've been
Oh.
kind
You
of
didn't
like walking
even-
around.
All you did was ask for help
Oh,
and
okay.
say, "I'm so awesome. This is why you should help
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I mean, it normally works to be fair.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty
So-
intimidating.
I remind him that I'm the first scout of the Celestian Empire, and a favor for me goes much longer. I also have the prince going to owe me soon after the discussion with you. So, if there's anything you would need in the near future or the long future, we could
A
certainly.
favor for a favor, man.
Yeah, we could find something to work.
All right. If I agree to this, would you do me a favor now for my agreement in the future to do you a favor?
Sure.
I answer. I say, "What's the favor?"
I say sure.
I just kind of look at you like, you are terrible at negotiation.
All right.
I'm the only
He
one who can negotiate.
he just tells you, "Okay, I don't care which one it is. Just kill one of your companions. They're all pretty bothersome. And then whatever you need, I'll be there."
I'll say done and then just drop one of the trolls.
It's not a companion. It doesn't even have a name.
The dragon doesn't know that.
He knows because they were his trolls. He knows its name.
Okay, then never mind.
That was Chad.
Evan to call Erwin over.
No. You can kill me instead of Erwin, but man, don't you back.
I ask him if the half.
You don't even know what this guy's been saying. He's been speaking in Celestian.
If the half Celestian counts, and I point to the clearly Celestian, but I mean he probably knows, but it's still a companion. I don't know if he actually wants that.
He points to Erwin.
You point to Erwin and ask if killing Erwin is enough?
Yeah,
What does he mean to you?
he means the world to my friend, and then I pat Revan on the back.
Revan doesn't understand because he's speaking
I'm just-
Celestian.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, that
Waving.
sounds like a fair trade.
Okay. I ask Nilera to take Revan outside in Celestian.
I just kind of look at Jayu for a minute. Like there is a brief hesitation before I look to Revan and say they're asking the magic users to go outside.
Yeah, I tell Revan that you and Nilera have to walk outside.
All right, come on, Erwin.
I say he wants Erwin to stay with me because he's a Celestian in some weird, and I kind of give him a weird look like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but I was like, also if you could leave the trolls.
Can I have this bluff check, man?
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, Jayu and Nilera are hella charismatic.
The most charismatic, actually.
What am I
The
playing?
most-
What am I playing this against?
I mean, generally, you don't roll for bluffing against other players. Like,
Oh, okay.
Because we don't usually lie to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually.
Whoa.
But he doesn't. But you don't actually know what's going on.
I don't know
Wait.
what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. And then I just look at him like the dragon is asking specifically for the magic users to leave the room. I think it's best to do as it asks.
I tell him
Uh,
Sandre's gonna stay here with me, and Erwin,
Oh.
and the trolls.
Before they go, I'm gonna ask Revan in Orcish how long something can stay dead before you can't revive it.
I can't
Or
revive
you-
anything. I don't have that.
Necromance it.
Like a few
I thought you
minutes.
were still outside eating.
no, he's been there. He sat down. He's eating right there.
Come give me a kiss.
Oh, I thought he was still outside.
Ah, no.
One second.
Well,
Otherwise, I wouldn't have lied. I thought he was still outside the cave. Because I know
Like
that
you-
he speaks Celestian.
like, so you want the legit? So, well, since that's a very specific question, you would have been like, I don't know, like, about a few minutes, like 10 minutes.
Be back before that. I say all this in Orcish.
Oh, you guys again. Oh. Guys, this is.
I like
You don't understand.
you're playing it. You're playing it real there, Sandre. You've even got snacks.
You guys don't seem to understand how.
I give Erwin a huff of a big huff of
Shiver.
shiver.
No, I'll be before I go. I'm like, all right, buddy, be good. You know,
I'll be right outside. All
right. And then just.
I don't touch Revan or anything like that. I just wait for him. I just wait patiently.
We established that Erwin understands Celestian too, by the way, didn't we?
Well, I mean,
What?
for commands, he might for commands,
He only understands you.
but he
understands me.
doesn't actually speak a language because he doesn't have the intelligence for it, right?
Yeah. Like, I think we said something like we joked about Aquan, but I don't know how serious we wanted that. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like, do you need me to keep the hedgehog too?
Nope.
Alright.
Nope. You look at the dragon just looks back at you, and you're like, no, he said, nope. Doesn't seem to be.
I get Erwin over here. After I get him all real nice and high.
Are we far enough away? How far away?
Yeah,
enough
as
away
long as you can't, you're not in the room. And then I just take out my acid sword and I plunge it. I separate his head from his spine. Probably a
What?
strength check.
Well, here's the thing. Erwin trusts you, like, not implicitly, but near implicitly. So,
Yep.
you're basically attacking a helpless creature, because he doesn't expect anything from you.
I just want everyone to know this is the third time I've had to kill someone's animal companion in Derek's game. And this is the third time that they had no idea it was happening when it was happening, and then I had to come back and explain it to them.
No
And
wonder you're so
generally
proficient
they
at it.
They trusted me implicitly.
Every
Do you
time.
Do you understand how bad this is going to be?
Oh yeah, no, I know it's gonna be terrible.
You know what? I mean,
The lich with 5 fucking trolls and who can murder all of us with just positive energy. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking problem.
I dare say, killing Reginald might still have been worse.
Oh, it was 100%. I felt so bad. It was a baby bear, a baby polar bear.
Aw.
Aww.
Yeah, and I literally just cracked its neck with my hand. I was
That's
like,
some overlord shit.
Yeah.
Do you
I was
understand?
huge paladin.
Do you understand that I'm like, I see his aura, like I see his live aura. So when it goes,
It's gonna go whoop in a second.
All right.
Give me a
No,
second.
yeah.
Hold on.
I just plunged my acid sword down into him.
Okay.
Separating him.
Erwin is the deceased.
Oof.
All right.
Poor Revan.
You just run the blade through Erwin's neck. It kills him. The dragon doesn't laugh, but he looks at you and says, I quite honestly have never seen someone take that so seriously and act so, He looks to the dragon. He's like, "What's the word I'm looking for, guys?" Decisively. All right.
I'm gonna use my padded shoulders and take Erwin outside.
Okay.
you can bring him covered.
I'm gonna carry him out and be like, revive him or something.
Fix this!
Do
Fix this,
something.
Revan.
All
You
right.
don't seem to understand. I can
I don't-
only necrom.
He doesn't understand. That's
I
the
don't
point.
understand
He
magic.
doesn't. He
That's
just thinks that you can.
Yeah, he thinks that
Otherwise,
I
none
can.
of this would have happened. He would have
Yeah,
warned you.
Yeah, no, because he didn't. He asked us specifically like how long it takes. But the thing is, I can't bring back things that aren't humanoid.
All right. So,
He didn't know that. None of
I
us
know. I know.
all right.
this
So
is-
the dragon tells you. It says, I will form a covenant with you. My name is Albatari Protesta Glacius.
Can you type that in Discord? Thanks.
Why not just
Oh.
enroll 20?
That works too. Revan, I'm gonna need you to write that down.
He's not there.
Yeah, he's not in the room.
Okay.
I mean, I'll copy it.
And he
but,
says,
I'll
given
write
your extreme willingness and not dancing around with this, I have a gift for you. More valuable than any of the gems sitting in my hoard, I would think. And he looks away from you over to this side of the room and sort of shakes his head around a little bit. You hear a woman like whimper and cry, and the sound of chains, and then a Droglin comes out of the back corner pushing a woman in front of him.
Is that an actual woman?
Purple. It's a
I see
woman.
nipples.
She has purple gray skin. She's covered in bruises and scratches. She's wearing what looks like were probably once traveling pants and a ragged cloak. Other than that, she just has a chain wrapped with a... it's not a manacle when it's around your neck. I don't
Oh, yeah.
think.
I know what you're talking about.
A
Yeah.
collar.
But a collar around her neck attached to manacles on her wrists and her ankles, with a ball and chain at the end. And the dragon is just sort of pushing her forward, like kicking her behind the knee. Just being a...
Ask him who is she?
He says this one came with the rest of those fools outside. She's had a lot of very interesting things to say, and I have a feeling from what you've told me that she may be of more value to you than she is to me at this point. The woman looks crazed, starved, and she doesn't look like she gets pushed out here. She looks like she's frightened. But the idea that she might be leaving, you can see there's like hope like in her eyes, despite the fact that you are a Celestian, and she clearly is
Not.
not. and is party to some
I
things.
look like fucking Hell's Doorman with my
Yeah.
black helm and like, yeah.
You absolutely do, but in the look that she gives you and you and the zombie troll there, that she might be leaving, you can see that like things have probably not gone well for her here. You imagine she's probably been here longer than 2 days, but you don't know how long. Since the bodies outside seem to only be 2 or 3 days old.
I asked him if there's a second female dragon. I've heard there is. And does she reside here? I'd like to speak with her as well.
He takes in a long breath and sort of a sigh and says, "No, not any longer."
I give him my condolences.
She could have just left.
No.
Jayu looks at him and he's like, "Bang on the testes, indeed."
Yeah. Let me see. Give me 1 second. What I got in my?
Are you cold or just horrified up there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm cold, but also I'm mildly concerned that Revan is gonna kill us all.
You
Is
don't
there a
get
key
how
for her
bad
manacles?
this is going to be.
Or nah?
You know, I'm sure there's one somewhere around here. They're just iron. You could break them when you're done with them.
Yeah. I just pull out. I go up to her and I burn through him with my acid sword.
Okay.
And then I'm just like, let's go. I say it in common. I turn on my necklace of talking to anybody, and I say, hey, let's go.
She looks at you, attempts to speak, and can't seem to form words properly. And she coughs.
Great. Hand her some water, and we walk the fuck out. And
Okay.
I give Dragon double crossbows, and I say, I'll be back another time. We'll help each other out. Appreciate your time.
I'll be waiting.
So,
The woman here, like, pulls herself as tightly as she can to you as you leave. Like, she's holding on to you unless you, like, push her off. She's holding on to, like, your cloak and, like, your arm and just, like, keeps looking back over her shoulder at the dragon, not believing that she's actually leaving.
Yep. And I can't even bone her if I wanted to.
Nope.
It's okay.
Froze right off.
We go.
so,
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
I have some
We're-
statements to make.
We're walking out. We gotta get her.
And Sandre has Erwin, right?
I got Erwin.
Both parts of him.
I don't know what happened.
Where are we leaving?
Yeah, we gotta go.
But I haven't asked the dragon if he has any ebonite armor.
I start walking.
Let's go.
I start walking.
I don't want to have a conversation right now. Let's just walk.
Revan isn't moving.
Well, Revan's getting left behind.
That's perfectly fucking fine right now.
As we're walking out, I catch up to Jayu. I'm like, I look at the woman. I'm like, what's that? And then I don't even let him finish. I'm just like, Revan's gonna murder us all.
I'm trying to make her not look at the dead people out here. I ask Gunilla if she has an extra blanket.
Quick question.
I just look at him. I say, yes, Revan is going to murder us all. Be on your guard.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up,
give
Revan?
her a blanket, and we will continue
I come over here and
not speaking with
get,
Revan.
I get my pack.
That's
I
just
get
a
a blanket
conversation
out.
I never want to have for the rest of my life.
It's not gonna be a conversation because he's gonna kill us.
I've killed dragons and I've fucking murdered I've had genocide, but I am not talking with Revan right now. That is the
You're
world's most
undead.
awkward-
You
Yep.
being undead is something I know a lot about. You die with positive energy.
Yep.
That's all Revan has.
There we go. Hell hath no fury.
Revan
So-
almost accidentally killed me just trying to heal me.
So we're
But
heading
we're
back.
fucked. So we're
The-
fucked is what you wanted to say.
She probably can't move that fast.
No,
Wait.
she can't.
Okay.
She can, well, okay. She can move at like a walking speed, but she's not going to be able to do like a forced march overnight. And it's, by the time you guys get out of the cave, it's about 6. It'll be night within an hour.
Okay.
Yes, but
set up
also
a-
you can't set up a camp in the 5 seconds it takes for Sandre to carry out Irwin, Revan to see Irwin, and to lose his shit.
I
You're
walk
just not that
right past.
fast.
I walk right past it, and I start making a camp right over here. I'm sure the amount of shock will take a time for him to figure out and connect any dots.
Do
I
you
walk-
understand how much wisdom Revan has?
Oh no, I know that you're gonna figure it out. I don't doubt that. I just leave the area before anything.
So hold on. Let's figure out the marching order here. You're leaving before Sandre, who is leaving.
No, I'm sure I left after Sandre showed you Irwin. I just walk right past you.
Like,
I was like, listen, there's a woman here, and we gotta get her outside. And then that's all I say, and I'm like, oh, you can't see my face because I'm wearing a helmet. And I'm like, oh, this is really important that I gotta do this. thing."
Regardless of the situation, Nolera sticks with Jayu.
I need to know, up until now, how much mana and stamina have I recovered?
The conversation probably took about 5 minutes.
Yeah, but from helping them out of the hole up to now,
Probably 10
You didn't
minutes.
help me.
helping Sandre out of the hole up till now.
Yeah, probably about 10 minutes then.
Right. So I don't have that much mana right
Not enough to murder everyone, mind you.
now.
Well, if he kills me, he may kill Sandre. So
That's also true.
it's a 2 for 1.
Does he know that?
Yes.
No, I know they're connected, but I don't know how they affect each other.
Actually.
Sandre knows. Mostly.
Sandre,
I don't
he gets
understand magic.
All right, I give the
more
woman
crocodiles apparently.
some food and some blankets, and I tell her
So,
to just
I'm
sleep.
assuming.
Well, let
Wait,
Revan react. He gets the chance to react.
I pull out a bottle of wine, even though it does nothing for me, and I just sit here with my head slouched, like a dog that knew it fucked up. Oh God, this is.
So,
I'm putting Erwin down and I'm heading back
Don't
into the
bring him
cave.
over here.
I think
Away from me.
Xiao Yu already put him down.
Ah,
You're
God damn it,
terrible.
dude.
so
Ooh.
literally the conversation is, Sandre walks up to me and is like, "Okay, bring him back," and I literally.
That's the conversation.
And then
Bring it back. And then Sandre, and then here comes Jayu, and then Nolera is right there with Jayu.
And Sandre's just laughing. He's like, "Oh, this will be easy to fix."
Yeah, you've done it a million times. I've seen you do it.
We really tricked this dragon.
Yeah, we did a great job.
That dragon's so dumb. It doesn't know that we killed him, and we're just gonna go outside and put him back together, and then be on our merry way. Fuck him.
Because
That
that's
thing
how
is-
magic works.
You want to know what's funny? I could have actually, if he would have killed one of the undead ones, I could have just brought them back, and it probably would have been
Yeah,
fine.
but that doesn't count.
He said it didn't count. Yeah.
Plus, because it doesn't count partially because he knows those zombie trolls. They were his trolls 30 minutes ago.
They
He,
were his trolls.
No.
He
Like
was
I'm talking about like
no.
Nolera or Jayu.
I'm not gonna kill
What about
myself.
oh, he could have killed like Nolera, and you could have brought Nolera back. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt to kill Nalera, fail in one round, and then she murders me.
Right.
That's not worth it.
But yeah.
Also, as a
he doesn't
vampire,
trust me.
she might simply
Also,
cease to exist if you killed her.
Oh,
Also, I don't know if he knows enough about magic to.
he doesn't.
Yeah, like he wouldn't have known that you could try to. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He
It
saw an
happened.
out and he took it. He saw an out and he took it. And
Yeah.
now we have to deal with the consequences.
The dragon, if he's anything like Keru, the blue dragon, doesn't know a lot about like actual schools of magic. Like dragons are just innately magical to some extent, but they don't have any learning in it.
So
Yeah, inertly
also-
magical.
So while Sandre is in front of me, I literally just say, I don't even care if he can understand me or not in common. I can't.
He says
I'm
that he
just like-
not as in like I literally can't even, as in I can't bring him back. Just so
I
we're all
don't
clear.
understand common.
Oh.
He does it.
So Sandra's probably still
Did we
waiting.
all leave? Did we all leave Revan in the cave?
Yeah.
After,
Yeah.
like but you brought Erwin. You didn't just leave Erwin with
I
Revan.
started digging a hole over here. I asked Andre to help me out.
You understand that Revan is about to go fight the fuck out of his dragon. And like lose instantly.
Well, that's fine. I mean, the dragon didn't
No,
say
we
kill
don't know
Erwin.
that because we all dipped out.
We all dipped out. Revan
No,
is-
so we don't know that.
Revan-
Nalaira sticks close to Jayu.
Revan's about to go have some conversations.
Does Revan speak Celestian?
He speaks Draconic.
That'll probably work.
He speaks the fucking language of the fucking dragon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To the dragon.
I'm sorry, you specious piece of shit. What makes you assume a dragon speaks Draconic? Just because he's what, a white dragon? You wouldn't say this about another dragon, would you?
Wait, first of all, he's a snow dragon. You racist piece of shit.
First of all, because it seems like all dragons are born knowing Draconic because they need to talk to each other.
Oh.
Are they born intelligent?
That's a stereotype. You're stereotyping him.
Mm-mm.
Either way, they're not born knowing Draconic, but it is a natural language. It's like Sylvan or Fae. Like, it's just a naturally existing language. It was not created.
Yeah.
Anyways, and yes, to your answer, yes, he does speak Draconic.
Yes, sauntering up. This nice little power walk. It would have been faster, but you know Erwin's nice.
It's true. When you walk in, the dragon who's been sitting on the ground, who's been laying on the ground, just sort of like counting out rubies again.
When I'm like 20 feet, I'm teleporting into his face, by the way.
Okay.
I wish Sandra. We should have just left Erwin in there, walked out, and been like, "Erwin's gone, man. Don't worry about it. He wanted to be over there."
Erwin's on a mystical adventure through time and space.
He's fine. He's just not with our group anymore. He's found a new group that he really wanted to be a part of.
Well, what if you could have been like, have you ever seen Samurai Jack? It's like that. Erwin was thrown through time.
Nalaira, I do. I do look at Sandre and just kind of I ask him like, "Where's Revan?"
Inside the cave. Where the dragon is?
And in the
all
cave.
trolls?
Okay. Why is he
He's
not
guessing
here
that.
with us? Did he see Erwin?
Yeah.
Why is Erwin here and Revan not with him?
I don't know. He started talking like human to me. I don't understand.
Do you know how to say the words that he said, even if you don't know what they mean? Do you know what he said?
I have issues even speaking Celestian, so no.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
you
That's
could
fair.
mechanically you could make an intelligence check, but it would be difficult since you're not very smart.
Let's see. Intelligence.
1s and 20s all day. Let's see.
I'm gonna try.
You know what? He actually he properly conveys I can't. With
What
no
did you ask him in the
with no
first place?
context, mind you, but yeah, he says I can't.
All right.
Um,
What did you even say to Revan?
raise it.
Raise it.
Erase it. I'm gonna do
No, raise it. Aria.
raise it. Oh, raise what?
Raise it. You know.
Erwin.
You
Like-
asked him to bring Erwin back. Actually, hold on real quick. I gotta see if I understood that. If I was able to put two and two together. Nope.
That's charisma.
Yeah, that's Chris.
That's true. It would be intelligence.
Either
right?
way, your intelligence check would have been worse. So no, if you don't put it together based on what he
Yeah.
said, then you're like whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here, and I don't put it on her, but I hand the blanket to her. Is she as scantily clad as her token suggests?
She's wearing tattered pants and a very threadbare cloak and then chains, and that's it.
How is she
Okay.
not dead from the frost?
She looks like she's in terrible condition. She looks malnourished. She's covered in
So she's
like scars and bruises.
only mostly dead.
Yeah,
But
she's.
did you die?
But did you die? Nope. She's not Erwin.
No, I give her some food and we put her by the fire.
And I give her a blanket, and
yeah,
then
I grab some of the bloodied clothes over here, collect those up.
All right. So I'm assuming my stamina is full, right?
Well, you regenerate like 1 stamina per turn. But yeah, I mean, you've had like 10, 12 minutes, so yeah, it should be full.
And I would have about like maybe 15 mana, you'd say, probably.
How many do you get per minute?
I get 27 an hour. Why is that not written down per minute?
27 an hour would mean it's roughly 1 mana every 2 minutes. So you'd have like 9, maybe 8 or 9.
Okay. Yep, that's probably enough. That is not. Whoa. Do-do-do.
It was a lot of mana you had there for a second.
Yeah, for a very hot second.
The bar was larger than you were.
Alright, that's not gonna help me. Yeah, no, I'm just teleporting into this dragon's face.
Yes.
What happened? Explain, dragon.
Oh, your friend killed one of his companions. I didn't care who. I told him he had to kill someone. If it makes you feel any better, he did seem to genuinely at least believe that it mattered to you. I can't speak to his feelings on the matter, mind you. I'm not a psychic.
That would be ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I'm about to fuck up your relationship with this dragon.
I mean,
not
we're not
there.
there. We're not there.
I'm just.
Nalera keeps 2 daggers drawn. By the way.
Nalera-
She's very itchy and very antsy. Like she knows shit's about to go down.
Nalera
so
keeps
she's
2
just, like,
daggers drawn.
waiting.
She is both cleaning her fingers and picking her teeth, somehow.
No, that's not what's happening. She's pacing back and forth.
You could do it. It would just be very dangerous.
She's pacing.
I'm digging a hole. It helps me cope.
There you go. It takes a while because the ground outside
It's
is
just
frozen.
It's a very thin hole. We're gonna put him in snout first.
Well, you're gonna fit him. You're gonna fit him like an IKEA box.
Yeah, we're just gonna. So I'm just digging straight down, not very wide, not very. We're not laying him like this. He's like going in vertical.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just chopping down into the ground.
You know, actually.
But what is Revan doing? Because Revan is here with the dragon.
After he says that, he's like flaring up, like he's about to do something, but he actually breathes for a second and then he just walks out into the field with everybody.
As you leave, the dragon says, "Happy days and long nights, manling."
He doesn't reply.
That's rude.
The first
Long
time Revan
nights.
has been blatantly rude to anybody. Besides throwing shade.
Besides throwing
I was about to say,
shade.
you throw shade.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know, because Mingja and Revan, there
I
was
mean-
there was less than polite
That
occurrences.
was shade among friends, so.
That was shade among friends. Shut up. Jesus Christ, that's hilarious.
So he's gonna like walk past. He's walking up to Erwin, and for a second he's gonna glance.
Irwin's should be right here because I'm digging a hole for him.
Yeah, no, he's walking past. He walks past Erwin for a sec, and then grips a crystal, and then like just keeps walking. He's walking back. He's walking away.
What crystal?
One of the empty soul crystals.
Oh, so what you're saying is he's attempting to take Erwin's soul?
No. He thinks about it really hard, and then he just goes. He just leaves.
That's fair.
But he's gripping this crystal really.
He finds the nearest person and buries it in their skull.
Jesus
There's
Christ.
a lot of people.
He's just gone. He's left. He's left the camp. He's going back.
To where? He's like, so he like quit.
Basically, he just left. He hasn't said anything. He's not trying to stealth by. He's walking by.
He does that thing where you don't say anything, but you try and make as much noise as possible.
Oh, so like slamming cabinets.
Yeah.
Kicks a piece of wood as he walks by. Gives you that glare.
Spawns in Ignis.
Creates a pitfall. You know, that sort of stuff.
He walked past. Just keeps going.
I don't try to stop him.
The slave woman watches as he goes and then looks and like tries to lock eyes with somebody nearby to like get an answer. Like she's on the ground. She has a lot of trouble like exerting herself physically, and she can't speak as of yet. But
Is that you?
no, she is. But
I look down at her. Then if she like makes like a motion like she's trying to look at somebody, I look down at her. I'm just like, what? Like rude. Like why don't you mind your own fucking business? Like look at her like.
From over
What?
here, I'm like, bitch, stay in your lane. Just saved her ass.
she
2 minutes out of the clink, she's trying to fucking get up on people's shit. No wonder she was in there. Damn.
she just grabs another biscuit and just pushes as much of it into her mouth as she can.
That's right. That's right.
Does she have pointy ears?
Oh yeah, she's got pointy ears and purple gray skin.
She's got the whole thing, huh?
The whole shebang.
If nothing else is going on, I'm gonna go ask the dragon for more armor bits.
I look down at the woman lady thing.
Woman
and
works.
I'm like, yeah, I ask her, do you speak common? I ask her in common, do you speak common?
She nods.
And then I ask her in Silesian, do you speak Silesian?
She nods.
I don't ask her anything else. I just wanted to make sure.
She nods.
Those are. She.
We need a new translate. No, we don't need. There's no revenue.
Well, I mean, he has that necklace that just translates for everybody.
Well, I mean, she may or may not understand what I'm asking. So
She
I
may just be nodding at everything.
I just assume that she can speak at least common, and
Celestian.
I still don't sit down or anything like that. I just kind of like remain on edge and just keep not pacing, but I just kind of like keep walking the perimeter. So pacing, but with style.
Yeah.
After finishing the hole, I walk back over to her and I tell her just eat up and rest for now, and then we'll talk and catch up in the morning.
Okay.
But also stay in your lane.
Realistically, it's going to take you about an hour and a half, if not 2 hours, to dig that pit.
Yeah, she's got a lot of food to eat.
Okay, there you go.
And we all have time, so.
Okay,
I
so
need a break to tell her that.
did Sandre, did you really go back
And then I
inside to
catch up
speak with the
Sandre.
dragon?
I realize Andre
I
is
did.
gone, so I run inside. I'm like, no, godness. Oh, God.
The dragon looks at you as you enter and he's like, yes? If
Then I'm like, hey!
If I'd known that this was opening my door to every person that wanted something from me, I don't know that I'd have even asked you to kill that stupid thing.
I'm gonna ask him where his hoard is.
Nope.
Oh, it's behind me.
Do you have like any exotic armor pieces?
Quite possibly. Why?
No, I'm looking to trade. I heard you dragons fancy platinum over armor.
Where'd you hear that?
Another dragon.
Another dragon or two.
Son of a bitch. Steve's giving away all the hints.
God, fucking Steve, man. whatever Steve Richt as fuck his name is.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you bring?
I'm gonna show him a little bag of coins with 20 platinum pieces.
A lot.
I
Alea
know.
would have stole that shit if she would have known he had it.
If she'd
You don't
known.
even want to know.
I don't know.
how
Actually, I
rich
don't even
am.
know if that's remotely true, but she's making a lot right now.
That's 400 gold.
I don't know that I have anything that's worth only that amount. Have you anything for trade?
Only?
Only? What does that mean?
Let's dig around in my pack. What else do we have to offer? Wait, I don't have that. My great axe, ebonite, masterworked. Yeah, I'm gonna show him my axe.
Is it enchanted?
No. It's completely pure.
Nice selling.
Nice, nice. You're like,
Nice.
it's a bit small. You're like, it's cozy.
I'm sorry, is he a blacksmith or a wordsmith?
It's travel size.
There you go. The craftsmanship there looks above average.
I've,
He's trying to lowball you, Sandre.
I've done it myself.
He's nagging you.
What are you looking for exactly?
Anything I don't have, really. Leg pieces mostly, I'd say.
Just a moment. He doesn't move. He looks over at one of his droglins, doesn't say anything, and it leaves and wanders off behind him somewhere. He returns with a pair of boots.
Nice.
They're a pair of black ebonite boots set with moonstones and opals.
I ask him what they do.
They go on your feet, man.
Hey!
Oh, they keep your feet warm.
It's cold out here.
It's true, yeah.
In here.
No, but for real, they keep your feet warm.
Okay, out of
These-
character,
these
mechanically, what do they do?
These boots belong to the last, I don't know what titles you guys use anymore. I guess he's a knight. He had a horse, right? That makes them knights. The last guy that came and tried to bother me, 7, 8, something, I don't know. But most of a decade ago, he had these. He has the Draglin bring them over to you. They're warm to the touch. Not painfully so, but warm to the touch. They're ebonite boots with moonstones and opals set into them and have fur lining on the inside. They're boots of tundra walking. Mechanically, you move at normal speeds over snow and ice. You don't suffer the slippery effects of horizontal ice, and you benefit from
Fact.
you benefit from and endure elements lesser while in cold environments. So, like, you wouldn't take damage from being in the cold. You'd still take regular damage from cold damage, like spells. But the sort of
the frost.
the sort of environmental things that would get to you in a cold environment is what you would ignore.
Would he have been able to climb up that damn wall better?
Yeah, he would have ignored the penalty on the wall for it being slick with ice.
Ooh.
He says, for the axe and all of the platinum, you can have these.
Okay, I am gonna put on my shoes. I'm gonna toss the bag over to him, and the axe I'm gonna cleave the dragon in two
Yeah?
and set the axe down into the ground extremely hard.
I'd be careful, man.
Athletics check or an attack check?
That's an attack check.
Okay.
Don't roll that one.
I mean, you're
Great.
fucking attacking him, so it's probably.
I'm just saying. It's the same attack. Please be good. Ooh.
31.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
I mean,
That's a bad one, roll for 31.
that's still enough to hit him, especially because he doesn't expect the attack. 39.
Poor thing.
And that's your hammer swing. But yeah, it's roughly the same damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 less damage.
Okay. Yeah, you bring the axe down. You carve from the shoulder blade down into the chest about 2 inches deep. I don't know, about a foot long. The Droglin's not dead.
Well then,
Awkward.
I'm gonna leave.
That is awkward. Okay.
Shit.
I'm gonna leave. No
leave.
one's rolling initiative. Fine.
I'm gonna leave.
The Droglin takes a step back, and the dragon looks to you and says, "Choose your next actions wisely."
I'm surprised that dragon didn't say, "What the fuck, man?"
Well, look, I mean, the dragon keeps these things around because they don't break easily.
And they're nice
I
servants.
just bought that. This is why I don't have
Noticed.
nice things.
Noticed.
Alright, when it's... The Droglin just backs away 5 feet and then moves again another 5 feet. Backing away holding the, like, scar in its chest. Just the wedge there. Do you drop... You just... You said you let go of the axe, like when you tried to bury it inside the Droglin. Do you just
Yeah.
take the boots and leave?
Yeah. I'll leave.
That was for Erwin, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, DM,
The
did you hear my
as
message?
as you're leaving, the dragon turns to one of his... Or the dragon turns to one of his Droglins and he's like, "The day we're having, huh?"
These goddamn guests. I think your mic broke.
Mm.
No, somebody sent me a message. Yeah, so the Droglin goes back to lick its wounds.
Literally?
And Zhao you arrive just in time to see the trade go down. Sandre buries, or attempts to bury the axe into the Droglin. And then both of them just sort of back away.
What the fuck was that, man?
Retaliation.
I just shake my head.
Shaking my head.
Nice boots, man.
Yeah, seriously though, nice boots.
Fur inlined.
I tell the dragon that nobody else is gonna come in here for a while. I'll make sure of it.
Nalera rolls up.
So I heard you were granting... Nola's like, I heard you were granting wishes. It just breathes on her to death.
Next dude walking in that door is probably gonna be turned into that nice popsicle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anyone other than Zhao Yu that walks in through that door is getting turned into a popsicle if they show up in the next 48 hours.
I can't even turn into a popsicle. I'm immune to cold.
Ouch.
Are you?
Yeah. One of the benefits of not being
How much
alive.
platinum did you pay for full armor if I need to pay
I
20
paid with
plus?
my life.
Oh, Derek.
Yep.
Never mind. It's irrelevant now.
I just paid 1,200 gold worth of. Stinks.
They're comfy boots, though, and they're really well made.
They're so warm.
They're so warm.
Warm and fuzzy. Well, I'm heading back to camp, and I see nobody's made a campfire.
I just while they've been gone, I just keep walking the perimeter and like keeping an eye out for Revan and for when they come back. If they come back, she just assumes everybody's gonna die. Revan's probably gonna die in the wilderness. Something's gonna eat him. The dragon's probably gonna kill Sandre, and Jayu's. She doesn't. She hopes he doesn't die. That's where she's getting the rest of her money from. But she couldn't. She's not leaving the camp.
Well,
I'm
this
making a campfire.
this dark-skinned lady is just excited to be here.
I mean, I don't talk to her. If that's what you're insinuating.
She looks at you for some sort of social cohesiveness, and you're like, no, you don't get words.
That's not what happens at all. Nolaira just doesn't look at her. She just keeps walking the perimeter.
The perimeter. Okay. Yeah, so, Zhao, you come back out, right?
Yep.
So you and Sandre and Nalaira are all out here with this battered slave woman, and Revan is gone into the forest somewhere.
Yeah,
What do you guys do?
I make sweet love to her.
With what?
Sandre.
I get creative.
With Sandre.
Wait, do I wear gauntlets? Completely
Yes.
irrelevant question. Okay. I know what you're thinking. I was just wondering. So I mean, does she look a little bit better? Does she look like she's ready to talk?
She's been trying to talk to Nalaira.
She was looking for some sort of like communication with Nalaira.
Okay.
But
I'll
once
walk up
once
and
she's
put-
eaten, if you guys don't push her, like once she's eaten, she's just gonna pass out.
Okay. No, I let her
I-
pass out.
She wraps the blanket around her as much as possible and just passes out on the ground.
Okay.
That goddamn blanket.
Wonderful.
I mean,
I'll buy you.
I
another
have
blanket.
perspective though. Like I'm not gonna cry about losing my blanket right now.
It sounds like you're crying about it, bro.
Not right now, at least.
Not right now.
Wait, are you immune to cold?
I am.
No, Nalaira.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I was gonna say, all this talk about a blanket,
It's not a vampire trait.
it would be funny.
But if it is a trait of undead, then yes. But we talked about this when I was
No.
being attacked by said dragon.
It's true.
It's the trait of the Soul, not the undeadedness.
Okay.
Or it might be a trait. No, it is. It's from being Soul. Because my helmet also has some dragony traits.
Yeah, they do.
Which worked out quite well. That it was the one I was wearing, and not like some stupid fucking pink fedora or something. Because I would do that as a joke, and then it would be permanently affixed to my goddamn skull.
You could still put a feather in your hat, your helmet.
Nope. Nope.
Ooh.
Okay, we go to bed.
I don't.
Revan will be okay. I go to bed.
I absolutely do
It's
not.
funny
And besides,
because-
I mean,
You two don't sleep.
yeah,
I
No.
go to bed.
I don't do that.
I cuddle with her to keep her warm.
You're a cold metal thing.
I warm myself up.
What, next to
fire.
the fire, and then you're just like,
Through positive
He could-
thoughts
he could
and keeping my body limber.
Let me warm
Right.
your positive energy.
Why do I have a feeling like if you lick a pole, you're stuck? Why do I feel like that's gonna happen to the whole of her now?
Ooh. Why'd you have to say pole? Every time
Or
you say
hole.
pole, I feel a penis here and here. I'm halfway to pregnant.
I can never unhear that.
This is a Portlandia quote.
We just need that Peggy 18 sound.
Yeah. All right. So you guys stay the night here. Sandre, are you doing anything in particular this night?
Making campfire, going to sleep.
There you go.
Nalera keeps watch on the perimeter. Do I need to do a perception or anything like that to see what happens?
Oh no, you guys killed or befriended everything of value or danger out here.
Yeah.
Wait, do we still have the trolls?
I assume they walked off with Revan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They walked off with Revan.
I do specifically because I know he is upset and could potentially kill myself and or Jayu quite easily, and maybe Sandre. I don't think I know that. I keep an eye out for Revan specifically.
Too bad
If he
Revan's
comes
the
back,
one with all the perception checks.
He's gonna take. Well, not only that, he is. She's smart. I mean, she's not smart, but she knows how to kill people. Like if she were a Revan, she would wait until her mana regenerated, and then come back and murder everybody. Maybe even the dragon if it holds out. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, if he successfully kills the rest of you, he's got to go for the dragon, like with the multiplier that's been built up.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. It's like pushing all the jellies together on Spiral Knights.
Ooh. Oh, so you can do that, by the way.
I figured it out. You gotta shield and then use the sword button to push. Yep. Did that myself. No, yeah, so you guys sleep the night. Revan does not come back. And when you get up in the morning, the woman is not on death's doorstep anymore. She looks like she's in slightly better shape. Though
So
she hasn't.
She's about a mile away now.
She hasn't received any healing, mind you, because the only one of you that can actually heal left. So she's still covered in
I have
scrapes and
healing potions,
bruises.
but I don't even think to give her healing potion.
That's fine. I mean, that's in character.
Yeah.
But she wakes up and, like, in a startled state, she gets up and backs out of camp, seeming not to know, like, what's going on. Nalera, you definitely see this, and Xiaoyu, since you're nearby, you would definitely see this as well, since neither of you actually
He
sleeps.
was sleeping.
He can't
Oh,
sleep.
so he was faking.
He's, you
he was
know,
faking.
it. Tip number 1, always fake it.
I'll keep that in mind. All right. If Jayu, do you do anything when you see her get up?
I get up myself.
Okay. I just look at her. I'm asking because if he didn't do something, she would have just like pointed her dagger at her and say, "Sit down."
No, I'm
But
there.
that's not how you make friends. So.
I give her some drink.
if only you guys had Revan to, like, attempt to talk her down.
I can talk her down.
It's true.
He could talk her panties down. That's
She
how
doesn't
I-
have any. She's wearing raggedy pants and a withered cloak.
I give her some panties.
You don't have any. And if you do, that's weird, and where did you get them?
That's our secret. We crossed a lot of dead bodies, man.
You see that pile over there of
Oh
human
god.
cadavers?
When he said they didn't have pants on, what he meant was, I took all the pants. Yeah. Okay, anyways, no, she talks at you, like, she's not walking away, but she sort of has her hand out, and she's talking at you, but it's not in Celestian, and it's not in Common.
Okay. I turn my thing on.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, girl.
She's speaking in obviously a foreign tongue, and you get the feeling it's her native tongue. Like that's what the crystal relates to you as the one that's actually wearing it. The same way that the Chancellor could tell that you guys were or were not speaking in like your native language.
Okay. I
And
asked
she
her-
says, "What? Where? Who are you? Where am I? This is very new."
Yep. I tell her who I am, Shayu Swang, first scout of the Celestians. Let her know that one of her companions is still alive, and we're going to be taking her to meet with him. That way she feels a little bit safer. For now, she's in good hands. We're friends with the dragon.
There's
Probably
a
not
look
something
of
you wanna say.
a look of terror shoots through her when you say that you're friends with the dragon.
But like, we're new friends. We befriended him. He was a
He
bad
won't hurt
guy.
you anymore.
Yeah. He's.
I don't say that. I'm not helping Jayu.
She asks if she has to go back or if she's leaving.
No. We're leaving. You don't have to go there.
What do you want?
I don't know who you are, man. He just told me, like, I'm just trying to get you with your friends, alright? Don't fucking act like I'm the bad guy capturing you. You were pawned off to me. And then I relax, and I'm like, listen, one of your friends is still alive. We're gonna bring you to him, okay? And then I rifle through our shit and see if I can find some extra clothes or something.
All during this thing, is he speaking in like a common language, or is he speaking in the
Everyone
language
can
that she
understand me.
speaks? Okay, I wasn't sure how it works. I look at him, I'm like, you're terrible at this. I say this in Celestian. I'm like, you're terrible at this. You don't even know if that she knows that other guy. She could be something that the dragon grabbed from another place.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know who she
I
is.
just shrug. I'm like, that's fine.
I ask her
Just
who
letting
she
you
is.
know.
You ask her what?
Who she is. Why the hell was she with a dragon? That was dumb.
She says
Freaking dumb.
that her name is Refna.
Okay. Refna. Again, why were you with the dragon? That was obviously a short-sighted thing to get captured by choice, obviously. I don't think that was slightly rude.
We were supposed to parlay with it.
How did that didn't seem to go too well for you. I try not to actually laugh. that was just me.
We
That's so dick.
Oh, the best role he's ever.
Oh damn. Rough.
Is everyone alive?
No, I'm just rolling.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
that's literally the best role
He's ever made in his life ever.
Well, he's not alive.
But he's not alive now, though.
The body just shakes a little bit.
It was such a great role. The dead body like
He,
vibrates.
he rolls. He death rolls.
Oh.
But
Aw.
no. Anyways. No. She says. We brought him Droglin. But he knew we were coming. Someone told him things he shouldn't have known. He was waiting for us.
Who told him?
He didn't tell me.
Uh,
Like she looks like she's scared, but she's probably being honest.
I asked her.
Do I understand her with the amulet, or only he does?
I believe that if you're standing within 10 feet of him, then
I'm not.
no, then you don't understand.
Okay.
It's the same amulet as the Dwarf King used.
Yeah, I mean the amulet that he has is literally the amulet that the Chancellor was wearing. They just gave it to him.
Then
I do
basically,
keep walking the perimeter, but I do listen to the conversation, or at least what I can understand of it.
so basically, if it's the same amulet, anyone can talk any language they want in like 50 feet area, and everyone can understand everyone.
As long as they're within about 25 feet of the person wearing the amulet when it's activated, anyone within 10 feet of Zhao Yu understands the language coming in and understands whether that's their most familiar language or not. Like, if you were speaking Celestian to someone, they would know that Celestian is not your first language. But they would understand you even if they didn't understand Celestian. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
An
but she
interesting enchantment. Very specific.
she tells you that she doesn't know how it knows, but it got the best of one of the creatures, the jailers. It made quick work of the rest of us.
Well, shouldn't have tried to command its brain with your stupid jailer. That didn't sound like a parlay to me.
That wasn't what we were here for.
Oh. Then why'd you bring it?
Hearing this, I do walk closer to Jayu.
We needed
I don't know if that's how the enchantment works, but I am more intrigued of the conversation.
she
from what Jayu
she
said.
says we needed samples from the dragon. The jailer needed them for something. We were supposed to trade and give him some of these Droglin in return for those samples. But he was ready, and he killed the jailer. He tore it in half, and then he took the amulet from the jailer and he turned the Droglin on the rest of us.
I look at Jayu. I was like, if I talk, will she understand me?
Yeah.
Really, or are you just fucking around?
I try it.
I look at her. Who are the dark jailers to your people? Like, are they part of your tribe, I guess? Do they
They
like what who are they to you?
they live in the in-between.
I just kind of like look at Jayu. And then I'm back to her, and I'm just like, what does and I ask her, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, are they helping your people or not? Like, these guys are bad news.
They hold all the keys. A pact was made.
Laura's about to cut her.
Yo.
The woman seems frazzled, like I told you before. It doesn't seem like she's lying to you, but she's not fully there.
Alright, let's bring her to her friend. He'll tell us more.
Alright, so you guys pack up and start heading out?
I throw her on my back.
That might be really uncomfortable, you're metal.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jayu will be fine.
Yeah, there we go. I threw her on my back a long time ago.
Bowser.
Nah, she walks. We
No, I'll make that bitch walk.
we mend the chains back together. JK. But seriously, can we do that?
Do what?
Sandra could.
Nah.
He's a blacksmith.
Oh yeah, he probably could.
No, I make sure that they're off, and then I put brand new ones on her. JK. I do have 2 steel manacles. You heard me right. Steel.
Steel
Is
manacles.
it masterwork steel?
None of that cheap ass iron shit. No, it's not masterwork. Are you kidding me? Those would be so expensive.
They cost way too
Give me a
much.
chisel. Give me
I'll
a chisel
blow
and masterwork
like
them.
20 gold on some like engraved. F that.
I'm not made of steel manacles.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, you guys make it back to the gorge.
Does Jayu, do you keep the amulet on the whole time that she's with us?
No. I can't. It only has a certain amount of time, so I cut it out.
Plus, like, I told you, there's a slight buzzing, like, when it's on. That gets annoying after a while. Like, it's an unnerving, like, humming sound. And if you just had that on for hours, you'd eventually just develop a migraine. I mean, Jayu doesn't have the necessary accoutrement to get a migraine.
I don't think accoutrement.
But he doesn't have the necessary parts to get a migraine, but he could have a psychosomatic migraine and believe hard enough to make it seem true.
That would be awful because I don't die, so it'd be there forever.
It might.
That would be Immortal and always having fitness. That would be the worst.
All right, you guys enter the gorge area again on your way back, and you find Revan sitting by a bunch of bodies of dead trolls with his trolls.
Aw. What's up, buddy? I don't say that. I don't even look at him. We're walking. We don't acknowledge each other. I
You-
understand that.
Can I get a perception check from you real quick, Joe?
Yeah. That work? There we go. Thankfully, there's no soul to steal for me. That was gone long ago.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
like a
you'll-
year.
You'll just be dead.
With that perception high enough, you do see Revan's got full mana as you walk by. No, I'm just fucking with you, but yeah. No, he's there and he's conscious and he's just sort of sitting with a bunch of troll corpses.
Oh,
That's so sad.
we,
Like ones that are undead and ones that are dead.
I have a necklace with alligator teeth. No particular reason. JK, I'm joking. It's a bracelet.
GM, quick question.
What's that?
Oh, to Derek. Alright. So like when you walk past, literally he just goes,
You three.
Oh shit.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
I know
I
you.
immediately draw 2 daggers.
Both daggers.
Both daggers.
So he approaches and he's like, I recognize you, and you. Not you. Explain what happened.
Uh,
How did we arrive in this location?
when he says not you, I'm assuming he's pointing to the girl.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. How did we arrive here? Or
Yes.
with her?
Everything.
I mean, we took a ship here. You were with us.
Okay.
And now we're leaving.
All right. I shall accompany you then.
This is his alter ego. Revan's alter ego.
This is spooky.
He's no
What
king
does
of
his
mine.
face look like?
so you know,
He's
Revan-
grown. He's grown an entire beard.
Oh god.
No, I mean that sincerely. Like in the undersea, like he got kind of crazy looking with like the blue and like he looked kind of undead, and I don't remember, but Nilera knows like something was happening him into the undersea, and he had dealings with. From what he said, he had dealings with the tentacle face creatures. Like she's just trying to make sense of everything. She looks at him, and I just want to know like what his face actually looks like. Like, does he
So-
still look like Revan, or does
So
he
no-
look like a lich?
He still looks like Revan, but like normally you get like this really like happy-go-lucky type feel. Now you just feel like cold and detached.
He fits right in.
Okay, but he
I
doesn't.
was about to say
Yeah,
that's how I feel normally.
yeah, like that's. I mean, you just described Nilera too, but that's what he looks like though. He still looks like Revan, but obviously psychologically and perhaps and obviously psychologically and emotionally damaged. But Revan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, hey, congratulations to Sandre. He's now the most upbeat member of the group by default.
Wow.
What about the new slave lady who just got freed?
She doesn't count. You know she's not a member of this group.
If I still had working genitalia, I might treat her differently, but I don't.
Hey, fair enough. At least you're honest.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not gonna be no white knight for anybody. I believe in equality at this point because I see everybody the same. I can't not.
I can't not.
You all just look like meat bags.
Yep.
I mean,
All a bunch
I
of positive energy meatbags to me.
I
Except for the
am
ones that
not.
aren't.
Yeah.
What is he? He becomes Xiaoyu 47. Just refers to everybody as meatbags.
My dad always referred to his companions in Diablo 2 as meat shields. I was like, Dad, you can use them for other things. He's like, no, they're meat shields. I was like, you can give them equipment. He's like, no, what's the point? They die. I was like, oh my god.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He always chose the guy from Act 2. Or, which one's the act that's in the desert? That's Act 2?
Probably Act 2.
That's Act 1.
No.
No, Act 1 is in
God damn it.
Tristram.
And
the castle.
Stop. Just stop.
Anyhow. So yeah, you guys meet up, and like I said, Sandra is now, by default, the most and only upbeat member of the group. So, well, I'm sure something awful is going to happen to Sandra sooner or later.
I already lost my horse.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, you've already had your great loss. You're just the only one that dealt with it in a way, and you're like, I'm just going to put it behind me and move forward.
No,
I
no,
haven't
no,
had
no.
a great loss.
Life goes on. Then what's your
In my
excuse?
head- In my head, my horse is still out there.
There you go.
I just need to find it.
Maybe it is. I've got this awful idea. I've got this awful feeling that someday Revan's going to be like, Sandra, I found your horse. And it's just a dead horse laying on the side of the road somewhere. He's like, this is yours, right?
Thanks for the candy.
Thanks for the candy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I just gotta look to Xiaoyu.
What up?
No, I just look at him. I was like,
Hey, girl.
you know, I
Piggy
just,
bag?
I hate you.
No, you don't.
I know.
I'm money in your pocket.
I know.
I'm the closest thing to a best friend you'll ever have.
I know.
Whoa. Well, that's different now. Everything changed.
What? No.
It's like, for a second, he's like, light came into his eyes, and then he shook
Wait.
it off, and
Oh,
his
no.
beard grew a little bit longer.
It's the patch between the mustache and the beard just fully grows in. It's the last part.
Right. I still keep my daggers drawn, but I just kind of like look at Xiaoyu and I'm like, are we going?
Yeah. Of course we are.
It's a great day outside. The sun's shining, the birds are singing.
Fuck out of here.
I don't know why, but I feel like today is gonna be a great day.
All right. So you guys make it to the gorge. All the trolls are dead. Between the people that came through before you and you guys, there are no trolls that live in this area anymore.
They're extinct now.
Yep.
Well, in the area.
Yeah. Still counts.
Whoosh.
All right. You guys make it back to the forest and back to the camp. When you get there, the lone remaining guy has finished with the corpses and is getting the supplies that are in the tents packed into travel bags, like into the backpacks that he has.
Is he still in human form, or did he did his spell break?
He's still in human form.
Okay.
I'm so sweaty. Okay.
But yeah, when you walk up, he doesn't see the slave woman first, and he says, "I went ahead and packed up the extra.
Hey.
You guys coming back like this, I assume that no one else is going to need it."
Nalera points
Hey, I'm
at the
upset.
woman with her dagger, like not in like a threatening way, just to indicate it. Like she's not putting her daggers down. She points.
His eyes widen for a moment, and he looks more angry than relieved.
Um,
And he turns to Xiao Yu since he turns to Xiao Yu and Revan, since those are the two people that he dealt with last time.
Yeah.
and says, "Where did you find this?"
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Oh! I look at her. I'm like, "You're fucked, dude. Nobody wants you. The dragon didn't want you. We don't want you, and he doesn't want you."
God, do you say that to her out loud?
Eh. I say it in Silesian.
She speaks Silesian.
I say it in common.
She speaks that too.
It's common.
What's the third language? I don't know a third language. I say it in my head.
There you go.
She
I just look
reads
at her
off.
with a shit.
But she's a telepath.
She's a telepath. You know what? Then she deserves to hear it at this point.
It's to be fair.
already
That's
knew it.
that's how I feel about
She got
telepaths.
If she got herself fucking slaved and she can read minds, then she fucking deserved it.
Oh, wait, I
Ouch.
forgot. No, oh, never mind.
That's telepath victim blaming.
Revan like cocks his head like and you are like type of face.
The human, the knife-eared human, looks back and he's like, and here I thought we were such good friends. Obviously my name is not overly important to you. Are you all ready to go? I'm ready to be rid of this. Can you tell me, did you find the rest of my companions?
I did.
I crossed by corpses when I tried to return.
They're no longer with us.
How
Is
many?
the dude talking to Revan or is he talking to Jayu?
Both.
So,
He recognizes Revan and Zhao Yu as the leaders for the group.
I thought he hated Revan because, you know,
Human, yeah, he does.
also torture things happened.
so who is she? I ask her in front of her. I ask him in front of her.
That is Refna.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew that.
She's a scout, and an awful one.
Apparently. I
If
say
she
that out loud. I
If
just
she
say
likes you, should we
apparently.
just kill her now?
You know what? You do what you want with her. She's no skin off my nose.
She doesn't have skin on her nose.
She does.
We take it off. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Voldemort, Voldemort.
Yeah, she's.
No, that's just taking off the nose entirely.
Potato, potato.
There you go.
So I'm assuming she's the one reason like most of them are dead, or what? Is that?
Do you
Pretty
ask
much.
that out loud?
I mean, I want to get answers. I don't want anyone to play like coy and be like, "Oh, she's, she cheated on me with my brother." Like, just tell me what the fuck.
Do you say that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I just want people to tell me who's who, so I can figure it out. I don't want to bring another person with us if we don't have to.
Oh, so you're asking him who she is, or asking her who she is?
Both. I'm like, listen, like what? I talked with the dragon. I found your friends. Most of them are gone. Wait, you said there were 12 there, right?
Yeah.
Including, 12, but one of them's a human. And then she makes 13. So I tell him that, assuming she was part of the 14. So there may be one body out. I doubt they're alive.
I think the last one is him.
No, I think he said 14.
He did say that it was a traveling party of 14 that left.
Yeah.
Because there was either 19 or 20 all together with the 5 people here. No, he tells you she is an up-jumped commander in name only. She doesn't deserve the authority that was given to her. And what you've told me of the rest of the group that left just confirms for me that she shouldn't have been here to begin with.
Ouch. Okay. I ask her if
I
there's
look
a
at-
reason we should keep her around.
She looks to the other guy, and she steps so that, well, she's already kind of standing there, but she makes sure that you are between, that you're standing between him and her, And she says, like, in a low voice, trying not to let it carry to him, she says, I will tell you anything at all that you need to know that I might know. Just get me off this island. Anything that I know, you can know. There's a lot there's a lot that you probably will need to know that you don't, and you
cut her
don't
off
know
and
that
I
you
look
don't
at
know
Jayu,
it.
I'm like, I look at Jayu, I'm like, we should kill them both.
Her cowardice is annoying me.
Oh God, this is just silly. Okay. I tell her, sure. You're gonna come with us. I ask him if he needs refuge for the time being until he can get friends. Have people find him.
He
I
asks
don't know.
how things went with the dragon.
Oh, they went great. They went exactly as planned.
I just kind of look at Jayu.
I mean, sacrifices are made on a daily basis. That's all I can say. Also, we killed.
You're making it really difficult for me to get the rest of my money.
Right. No, I mean, it went.
Revan is gonna kill you.
It went.
All right.
and
Actually, when he says that,
Revan goes, "Oh, right. Where is the reptile?
Oh, it's gone.
Pitiful creature."
Oh, shit.
The quote human guy like grabs his arms with a shiver and says, "Yeah, not likely to send another boat to this island in quite some time. I'll head out with you if it's all the same."
Yeah, let's just do that. So we'll go back with our boat, and in the meantime, I'll catch him up with what went on, and I'll probably keep them separated. Fuck, I didn't get the eggs. That's okay. I got something better. So I meet with Nilera, just me and her, and I tell her that I'm gonna give the girl to the prince because I couldn't get the egg, but this should be a good enough prize for now. She probably seems to enjoy life more than anything else, so we can at least give that to her. As for the guy, I don't really know. I don't want to keep him around, but I don't think we should kill him. He seems like an upstanding guy. So
What do you think that you think that she's worth a dragon egg, or you think?
I think
Well-
the information she has is worth a dragon egg. Yeah.
Then, if information is power, why would you give it to the prince, a man whose only threat seems to be you?
Yeah. Sometimes loyalty is.
Yeah, but
Interesting.
you are gaining more and more power, despite how loyal you are to him. It looks like you might not be from outside appearances.
Why?
You are genuinely one of the only threats to him, seemingly, because of how much power you are accruing, and as far as we all
Well,
know,
then
you
he-
can't
he-
die, man.
I'm sure he will know that. I can still fall. I can still die.
Yeah, they'll just need to hire Revan to do the hit.
Yeah, and I don't think that'll take very long.
wouldn't.
No, I think I've made my mind up with what's gonna go down. I'm wondering what he's gonna do.
What do we do about Revan?
We'll figure that out. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to figure that out right now.
All right, so you guys head back for the shore then to signal
Yeah.
for the boat.
Yeah.
Okay. You had 5 days. You spent 3, so you'll make it back with 2 days to spare. Back to the Wanshi Colony Island.
Okay.
We'll call it here for this game, and we'll start next week with you guys having your meeting with the prince, and you can
Excellent.
you can think about what you want to say to him as far as the explanation for the 2 extra people you brought back and what the value is to him.
Okay. Wonderful.
All right, then that's where we're gonna stop for this week.
Good game. We didn't die.
ha.
I mean,
This is a great game to wear my crown on. Oh, birthday boy, let's kill your pet dog.
Oh,
It's not my birthday, but it feels like it.
it does? That's a messed up birthday.
The worst birthday ever. It feels like the worst birthday ever.
or is
Like,
it the best birthday if that's what he wanted, guys?
I
You're
brought my
welcome.
special crown and everything.
I'm
and
the
like,
only
let's
one
kill
who
your
could
pet.
actually get him the gift that he wanted.
All right, and with that, I will stop the official stream.